Hey, we're back with the podcast. Oh my god, I'm pressing all the buttons. And we are back. This is a new podcast. We've got a new name, as mentioned from last week. We're kind of not rebranding, but just reintroducing this podcast as something different. Yes, it's updated. As one of our wonderful guests rightly said, we are now the Clip It podcast, the best podcast on Twitch without a sponsor. I just wanted to shorten it a little bit. This is more of a podcast that fits to the stream. This is more of a podcast towards us, towards my channel, towards our wonderful hosts here, and it's great fun. So I know it's going to be an exciting day. We haven't got many topics to talk about today, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We've got stories to talk about, and it's going to be a fun time. So, shall we introduce our hosts? I'm also joined here by my wonderful girlfriend who did my makeup.
Help me. I've been taken against my will. Help me, please.
Okay. Yeah, let's introduce our wonderful hosts and our two
They're threatening my
wonderful
family. I can't leave.
guests.
Please.
Our two wonderful guests we have on the stream today. Let's introduce them all.
That was so fucking based.
What up, everybody?
That was just based.
We are joined
What
by
the
our
fuck?
wonderful co-hosts, Agent Oink,
gamer?
Delicious, and Ash, as well as our two wonderful guests, Burrito Basher.
Charlie, you know you're
and-
muted.
Yeah, he's still muted.
Muted.
No,
Fuck, how did that do that?
Tell
We
us
are
about-
joined here by our
Every
wonderful.
time we start
Yes,
the
I know. We're joined here by our wonderful.
Charlie.
Charlie,
Co-host.
Charlie, you're muted.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Unmute yourself, bro.
It's because
There
I
we
don't
go.
have my new key. I haven't got the new keyboard on OBS yet. So on my OBS or on Discord. So I was like, oh, I'm pressing the button. Why isn't it all working? So after that,
We're a little rusty, apparently.
yes, we are joined here by our wonderful co-host Agent Oink,
what's up?
Delicious,
Ew.
and Ash,
Sup, bruh?
as well as our two amazing guests, Mo, aka Burrito Basher.
Bro, I'm literally fucking Roblox noob 862, bro. Address me by my real name.
Oh, sorry, bro, and Astivo.
None of that was in any order. It wasn't alphabetical. It wasn't.
I'm just a guest
Oh,
now.
actually, no, it was in
Yeah.
order. It went around in
Did it?
Yeah.
I mean, can we really claim that?
Yeah, it did. Oh, thanks for
Define the
chat.
word
Can we
order.
confirm that under oath?
How are we all doing today?
Why is my picture so blurry? Yeah, well, good. Thanks.
It is really blurry.
Everybody should be saying blurriness. I don't know why Caden.
It's very
I
clear.
don't know why
Mine's
Ash's
blurry.
isn't.
Yeah. It's a high quality picture, thank you very much.
Why is mine so blurry, bro? What the fuck?
Yours is my favourite. I don't know why that isn't, but hey, yeah, how are we all doing?
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pog.
Are you?
Oh, talking
I'll
about
go
that,
for a moment.
I found a great font earlier called Poggers, and I was so tempted to use it for the for the podcast.
What font are you using for the latest sub? Because that's also a new one.
That's called.
Also, I like the fact latest subs not in the corner, but it's in the corner of your webcam. So-
It's cute.
Latest-
Is it? No, it's.
What's that font called? I can remember that font. Give me a minute. Carry on
Can I
talking.
also ask where the latest donation is? Thank you very much.
Quick,
So if you guys
criticise
if you guys carry on talking, I'll quickly fix this.
Excellent. Okay, so this overlay has a few issues.
It's got a lot of
It's
issues.
got no issues, thank you very much.
It's only got one issue, and it's that my picture isn't big enough.
Nobody's picture's big enough.
I also like how when Mo's talking, this thing clips
Yeah,
the little box Mo's made.
I will fix that in a minute.
Wait, what does it
And-
do? Wait, let me have a look. Wait. Oh, speak,
Oh.
bro. Oh!
You can hear the
Oh
stream
my
delay right there.
God,
I
what's
also like
going
how
on
when Caden's talking, it's pretty much like almost invisible because of the colour
Yeah.
of the image.
here? Which I will
That's the
say
plan.
was his decision.
You might want to reverse that gradient.
Why doesn't Charlie have one, bro? How do we know when he's speaking?
I don't know.
Oh, bro.
What
Yeah,
the
bro, we should
fuck,
have one for
Drew?
you.
Yeah, has Josh spoken yet? I haven't seen it light up, so. Is he here?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Do it. Give me £10.
Can we, oh,
That's just subliminal messaging.
It's not even subliminal. It's just
Subliminal.
oh my god.
Oh,
So this
I forgot I donated using that name.
Oh, is that the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought that was just it breaking.
Genius.
No.
How would it break and say do it, bro? I wanna like have
Well,
your thought,
My
bro.
stream just said sub to tactical TV. What a mistake.
Oh no, it's gaining sentience. Guess I gotta follow it.
Oh no, my stream has accidentally set my latest donation to twitch.tv/sub/tacticaltv. What a shame.
Anyway, how are we all doing? I've already asked that. So, what did you want to talk about?
Twice. I thought you said you had a topic.
Oh, well,
I
we
think the
kind of
first
do.
topic should be what topics we discuss on this
Yeah.
podcast.
I know
I
you guys
literally had
wanted-
20 minutes to talk about this, and you said nothing.
I know you guys wanted to talk about my makeup.
Yeah.
We love it.
In case people somehow hadn't noticed, Charlie's now wearing makeup, and damn, he looks cuter, normal.
To be fair, put the light on white and you can actually see,
Hmm.
and then get close to well, do the zoom in on the camera.
Do the Zoom thing.
Does your
Look at that cutie.
Is it just me, or does like the way that the light hits Charlie's face? It kind of looks like the texture of an orange. No, go back. Lean back. Lean back into the light. Zoom in. Lean back into the light.
Okay, right. In all seriousness, is this Ethan discovering skin pores?
maybe?
I'm just saying it looks like an orange, bro. I'm not saying like, oh, revolutionary. Charlie's an orange, bro.
And then turn the lights like off.
I'm just saying it looks like. It looks
Charlie's the
like
annoying orange. Hasn't
Oh,
the
shit.
annoying orange passed like
This
10
is
million
his. This is the
subscribers now or
glow
something?
he has. Like face the camera.
when you put a light.
Face the camera, not like he isn't already.
Face the camera.
Oh god, Phelan, it all comes around. The creator of Annoying Oranges from Minnesota.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, so for those of you who, pardon me, who weren't aware, the annoying orange has passed 10 million subscribers on YouTube.
Flipping hair.
Okay, with
Boys
his face,
together, still going.
Charlie has decided that he's releasing his inner beauty and now enjoys makeup on a casual basis.
No, I do
Makeup
not.
is awesome and men should wear it more.
Yes.
That's my hot take.
Okay, yes, no, I would
I'm
agree
loving
on
it.
that.
My take is
Can't
makeup
watch
should be
it.
allowed for
It's
no
the
one,
channel.
and everyone should become lumberjacks.
But I wouldn't say it should be like
Oranges.
I don't know.
Orange.
Like I like basic, like simple, like eyeliner. I like that on men. I think that works.
Probably-
But
You're right.
we do have an eyeliner pencil.
we're
but
not
it's
eyelining
not-
my eye right now.
We
I mean,
absolutely are.
I could definitely say that I do think that, like, as someone that would like more men to wear makeup, I think the makeup industry could do a better job of creating, like, more male-focused products.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I can tell you, I just wouldn't wear makeup.
Yo,
You added a
Bro,
browser
you just added a
source,
browser source.
you just added a browser source, bro.
Browser source. Browser source.
I can't do
Oh my
anything,
God.
can I?
Nope.
If only OBS had this really convenient mode where you were able to adjust your
Shut up.
setup without it affecting the stream immediately.
Hmm.
I'm trying to.
Shout out to Corporal asking what the fuck happened to your face.
Oh, you know, I completely forgot to do. Get chat up.
That's
Um,
my
what up, Corporal? What the hell happened
Hey,
to my
Corporal.
face? But well, this
Oh,
one.
episode one's gone really well so far. I must admit.
This one.
Co-production value. This is what
Me
happens when you don't make me a
or
host.
I have a name.
Cass here did my
There we go.
makeup. Last stop about an hour ago.
Last week.
What?
Last stream.
Yeah, like
Ooh,
2
so-
hours ago, an hour and a half ago.
But no, how you doing? How you doing? Blink
Okay,
twice
well,
if
let's
you
not
get
wait
host. I just-
silently for a reply.
No. So actually, this is a question. What have you all been up to? Because I haven't really spoken to Jan or Ethan too much.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
really spoken to Phelan that much actually.
I know.
God, I wish I could say the same.
I wish I could say the same too. Fucking annoying this guy is.
Shut up. I've had
Jesus.
to play games with the both of you.
Just don't.
This guy just won't stop talking about how much he wants to do very not so friendly things to his cat, bro. It's honestly disgusting.
Apparently Holly's watching.
Oh no.
Yep.
Nice
Yeah.
one.
I mean, in terms of what I've been doing, it's been mostly been using Zmerge to merge Skyrim mods together so that I
Oh.
can have more than fucking 255 ESM and ESPs loaded in my Skyrim mod list.
Nice.
But that's I don't want to sit here talking about Skyrim modding.
Okay.
But yeah, I've just been staring
rabbit
at
hole, for sure.
configuration for a long time.
I bet. Nah. Also, Corporal got more Coke. He's got like 26 bottles of Coke right now, so.
Oh, I'll tell you what, since we're talking about stockpiles, I've got, hang on, let me get the box.
Hey, since we're talking about stockpiles, why don't I just, move my hand over this way and then...
So oh my god. So I've got 24 Kit Kat Chunky White bars with my little
Oh Jesus!
order. Hang on, I've got some more. I've got 36 Dairy Milk Oreo bars. I'm running low on Twix White. I think I've got like 8
Fucking
left.
only Twix
Are
White.
you the one that's been to B&M and has bought all our stock
No,
out
he
of,
buys
like...
it from Amazon.
Okay, because I
No,
was
I
going
don't.
to say...
Wait, where do you buy it?
Okay,
Man buys it,
Okay.
he steals it from his neighbours.
guys, it's
got
incredibly
more, but I don't
important
wanna
that
go
you know
Mm.
that BBC News just tweeted out
Uh-oh.
a reply to one of their own tweets saying, "We're deleting this tweet because the headline in the article has been changed," which is incredibly not useful because the tweet is deleted, so you have no idea
No, for
what they're on
God's
about.
sake.
I do
Wait,
actually
wait.
happen to know what they're on about. It was the
Didn't they,
tweet
like,
Pete,
do that-
Pete. Go on.
Didn't they do that also like a month or two ago
Possibly.
Yeah,
as
sounds
well?
familiar.
Because I remember
Basically-
hearing about that before.
Mm.
Yeah, basically they tweeted out an article entitled "PG and Yorkshire Tea tell anti-racism critics don't buy our tea." To which PG and Yorkshire Tea and everyone else responded, "By anti-racism critics, do you mean racists?" And I presume they're changing the title to racists. But I just love that they were like, "We're just going to let our fans know without any way of them knowing what we're on about."
Hell yeah.
That is.
Good old
Pretty
BBC. This is what we
base.
pay for.
Didn't realise
Yeah.
Tactical now worked at the BBC.
Wait, what?
What?
I do not work for the BBC. I'm being scouted
And
for
that
a
moves on
Valorant.
to our first sponsor.
Yeah,
Cricket is
I'm-
officially sponsored by the BBC.
Oh, lads.
License today.
Lads, boys. So I got a reply from that team who
Oh, yeah, you
replied.
did say that.
Some context here.
So last stream, or about an hour ago, when she was doing my makeup, I thought I was going to play some Valorant. I may play some Valorant on stream later after this podcast, but I thought I'd play some Valorant. So I put Valorant in the title. Well, I had it as my original title, and I put it in the hashtags, not especially on my Instagram, and. The title was "Someone just sign me up now." At which point, this group replied to that saying, "Oh, we're looking for team members and all that. Could you
Oh, shit.
like on this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, actually, I'll just quickly show you.
It's up in the DMs.
This is the message I
Don't just
sent
show
them.
you. Oh my god.
But I've done this
Yo.
before. And it's banter. I said, "Hey, I saw your comment on a recent post. I'm interested in joining a team. Could I ask how you doing your team selection?" Well, that was awful English.
Oh
At which
god.
point they just replied saying, "We are looking out for players who use our hashtag, which is hashtag #BeatLess." Beatles? What the fuck?
That's literate.
Beatles the fuck up.
Beatles the fuck up, apparently.
Wait, what? Beat...
Oh my god. Guys,
Yeah.
it can't be this difficult. It sounds like it's less than a sentence long.
This
Type
is
it out.
less than a sentence long.
Type it out. Type it
There
out.
you go then.
No, okay, so it's Beatless.
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 Look at two of them have conflicting statements about the same word.
Yeah.
Please just type it out. Please just type it out.
Yeah, just type it in
I
chat.
know what you're reading.
Please type it
I
in chat.
need to know.
In chat? Okay, I'll put it in the I'll put it in stream chat then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is indeed the definition of chat commonly used in referring. If you look up the word chat on the dictionary, there's all the normal definitions, and then there's like Twitch slang, just and it's just like definition.
There you go.
Beatless.
Right.
See,
Okay. And is that the
Beatles.
entire...
Yeah, beatless. That's not
Beatless.
that hard a word.
Eat less. God, guys, it's so stupid.
Beatless.
It's literally two English words
Well,
next to each other.
I'm trying to figure out, was that the entire thing? Because it sounded like there was
Yeah, there was
because
more.
Charles said the fuck up at one point.
No, that was me.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, what do you... Okay, so yeah, no, that was literally all they said to me. What did
Where
that comment
the fuck
say?
up bit come from?
Their comment saying, "Hey, we are an upcoming Valorant team. Check us out. Beat less."
Oh.
Oh, well, I can't say that anymore.
Not again.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
we love your stuff and we feel that you can be a part of the team.
We love your
Go
inability
to
read.
the thing. Go to messages.
Real selling point.
I mean, I'll be
That's what he
entirely honest
says.
here. This sounds like a company trying to
Type that
to get
out.
free marketing by
What?
quote
The
unquote
beatlist
having you on their
and all
quote
the
unquote team.
hashtag.
Oh no.
And then they'll read it. They're failing.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just gonna keep playing until Cloud9, hit me up and
And tell you to stop
Because
messaging them.
stop spamming us, you tosser.
Yes.
Legit.
Oh.
I've been playing a lot of Valorant recently. It's fucking beautiful.
Should have been wearing
Oh, actually,
dress.
if anybody plays Valorant, they've nerfed Sage.
What?
And yeah, they've just nerfed Sage.
It's another hook.
But the thing is, I saw that the Valorant put it up, and they were like, someone retweeted saying, "Oh, if you're a Sage main, you should read this." It turns out all they're doing is just minimize, like they're half in the range of how far she can deploy her wall, her barrier wall.
Oh,
So
okay.
instead of it being 20 meters, it's 10 meters because apparently they saw that as being too aggressive, which Sage isn't an aggressive player.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
because
that's
you can just stop complete chokes and
Yeah.
rotates with that for X amount of time.
But that's not like a major. I thought it was going to be major. To me, that's just not like I play Sage most of the time these days, and I don't think that's going to make half a difference, in my opinion.
Maybe not at the lower level. I definitely think it could at the higher level.
I've been called a hacker 2 days in a row now.
You have.
And earlier on your
Yeah.
One of them by the same
Like,
person.
yeah, no,
I
yesterday.
think they're finding out, bro. You should probably stop hacking.
Yeah, last night's stream, I got called a hacker, and I just told him check out the stream, at which point he did and went, yeah, no worries, you're not a hacker. And then today I got called a hacker, and I did the same thing. I said check out the channel, at which point he followed, came into the chat when I was doing my makeup, and said, boy, you're a hacker. As you know, his exact
You're
quotes
hacking the makeup, bro. What the fuck?
exact quotes was he came in, he said hacker, and then he replied with, I was in your round, you a hacker.
What a
Yes.
legend.
Is it you is a hacker or something?
No, you a hacker.
Yeah.
Bro, I just need a.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. When people just call you a hacker, it makes your day so much better because it's like they're just so shit.
Charlie Toxic?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know how you haven't figured this out yet.
I know what we can
Oh,
talk about.
know. It's like all the time.
I genuinely know what we can talk about. I know 2 people here might not actually give 2 shits, but I want to talk about it. 3 people here might not give 2 shits. I want to talk about it. And that's the whole thing with what's happening on Twitch at the moment.
Yeah, I couldn't give a shit.
Oh,
Please
this is the
include me.
copyright.
The DMCA
Oh yeah, the
strikes.
copyright shit. Oh.
And how Twitch are really like they're trying but not doing too much. As
I'm
far as what
basically
I've
doing a
seen.
Tumblr with the bots and stuff.
I mean, yeah. So to summarize the situation for people that don't know, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act initiates and provides a legal path for a company or rights holder of intellectual property to request somewhere where it is unlawfully broadcast to remove that broadcast. So in the case of a more better way of wording that in relation to Twitch, someone playing copyrighted music, intellectual property of the record, can basically just say like, hey, could you take that down, rather than having to go through a court process and sue and all of that. That's how that legal system works. The problem with that is that Twitch have taken an incredibly lenient policy for a very long time on people broadcasting copyrighted music, and I can't name a person that I watch on a regular basis that doesn't, or at least at some point has, like maybe they've opened it up in a tab just for like a one meme or something. Like everyone I watch has played copyright music.
May I add, this is from very small communities to the top of the top.
Yes.
Like top, yeah, carry on.
I mean, like I watch a streamer regularly that has 10,000 subscribers, and every single stream he's playing copyrighted music in the background 24/7. That's just how it works. Not loudly, to his credit. It's very much not overpowering, but it is there. So it's not just like a flat thing. Then the problem with the system is that even though Twitch has taken a lenient policy, that's not really relevant because the law's still the law, and if a rights holder wants to take action, they have the right to do so. And that system has always existed on Twitch. However, it's only started being used in like the past week for some reason, and people have received like a massive DMCA takedown requests. And the problem is that a lot of these are on clips, because clips have like audio in them, even though past broadcasts, most copyrighted music gets muted.
And I just
So
wanted to add
basically-
something to that. This is kind of giving context to what you're just about to say is, especially for these people who have like 10,000 followers, I would say all of the clips, 90%, 99% of those clips are made by their community, not by them.
Yeah.
So they have real no choice in what's being clipped sometimes. Most of the time, they don't really have a choice in what's being clipped. And if it's got music or not.
And there's clips that have got music in it have received takedowns. And the thing is with Twitch, that gets a strike on your channel, similar to how YouTube works. And if you get 3 strikes, you're permabanned. And that isn't a technical infinite permaban. You can appeal to Twitch, I'm sure, and hit up their support, and they'd probably be able to work something out for you if that was in their interest. But you know, principally the idea is that from that point you are banned. And this sucks because you basically have a few options as a creator. Delete all of your clips, right? At which point, if you have any past broadcasts with copyrighted music in, you then have to disable clips because they could go back to those past broadcasts and recreate clips. So that sucks. Or you basically just don't do anything and get banned, which obviously isn't really an option. Or you have to just delete all clips and hope that no one does anything with past broadcasts. I think you can delete past broadcasts as well. I don't know.
You
How
can.
that works.
You can delete any like
So yeah,
past podcasts.
basically the situation sucks, and Twitch have been like trying to make a system better for like dealing with mass amounts of clips and shit. But honestly, people have complained at Twitch for having a mixed messaging because not just for people that broadcast music in the background while they're playing games or doing other forms of Twitch streams, there are entire Twitch channels. I mean, there's an entire category on Twitch dedicated purely to music broadcasts. So popular that it's literally got its entire separate heading on Twitch. You've got following, browse, esports, and music. And I think it sends a really bad message from Twitch to its audience and users that they have that button there full of copyrighted music.
Yeah.
And like you know, like from a legal perspective, I'm sorry, if you were streaming copyrighted music, you were breaking the law. You should have been aware that you were breaking the law, and you shouldn't have expected to get away with that scot-free. That's just the reality of it. I don't think Twitch has helped that. I also think that Twitch has actively encouraged it by having the front page covered in copyrighted music. So it's kind of shitty for everyone.
It's a very, and it's like, as you said, they were lenient from the start. So it's like people just looked at Twitch as, oh, you can play music. I've been asked as well from plenty of people who want to stream or do stream, and they're like, what music can you do copyrighted music? I've always been like, Twitch don't really care because they don't. And then this happens. Like, they didn't care because they didn't think anything was going to happen because nothing has happened. And then as soon as something happens, they're like, shit. And then they don't know what to do. Oh, they know what they do.
The
But
thing
it's
is,
like,
for
it's
me,
very
the
hard.
people who I feel sorry for about the most is the smaller streamers, the people who have less than, like, let's say 20 viewers or whatever, right? Because if they get taken down, no one at Twitch is going to answer them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one's there to make a big enough outcry unless they get to the front page of Reddit or something.
I think one of the best things that I've seen happen during this is big groups, music artists, and companies coming out saying our music, we want to never DMCA strike someone. But the best example I can give I recently saw was Monster Cat. Yes, Monster Cat.
Monster Cat's been copyright free for quite a while.
Yeah.
Well, not copyright free, but DMCA free.
So
I know someone like with I think it's Monster Cat as well. They do actually directly sponsor streamers to just play their music. Because I know a person who I used to watch who did StarCraft content was basically just sponsored by Monster Cat.
Yeah. I mean, where I see like the path forward, personally, is I think it's about time that the copyright laws that exist in America, you know, while principally there's like the UK and all these other countries and shit, generally pretty much America is the copyright law is what defines. What am I saying? Jesus Christ. The US copyright law defines the internet copyright law, right?
Are you trying to quote XQC?
No.
Because I saw him tweet something like that saying, oh, we live in a new world and we reform the copyright law or something like that.
I knew someone was going to say we live in a society.
It'd be me.
But no, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I think copyright law is just outdated. It's based on physical media distribution. It's not even really that updated for like movies and like the online media like Netflix and that. Like even that is not strictly covered by it, and it's just kind of in this weird sort of iffy like implied state of covering it. Really, I think it just needs to be updated and stripped back and really like think about what we want from the internet, right? I think there should be different tiers of copyright, more distinctly done it, because the problem with copyright is that it's just flat copyright. You have copyright on your item. Obviously normally it's not individual people, it's their brands or their record labels that deal with the legal side of things. But it's like, it's just kind of outdated. Some people that make music don't want to do Creative Commons. They'd want like full copyright over it. But then like, the problem with if you do Creative Commons, it's just kind of like awkward because some people just don't fully read the license and like, it's Creative Commons, that means it's got free license. Like, well, it might not have the ability to resell the music or modify it because there's different forms of Creative Commons license, and people just don't listen. So a lot of people just like, nope, flat copyright. I can't be bothered to do all the hassle. But I think that kind of sucks for like, because like some people would be very objected to a broadcast of just their music, right? Just a screen, album art, song name, and their music, versus someone playing it quietly in the background while doing a bunch of other stuff. And I think that needs to be like more explicitly defined in like a new licensing system, and I think that would be a good way forward. So really, I want like Twitch and YouTube and all the big online companies to just lobby for better copyright laws. It would be in their interest. Like every video that YouTube has to take down, every video that Twitch takes down, that's lost revenue.
Yeah.
So
especially big streamers, who this is affecting the most on Twitch, especially. Like,
I don't know the number. I think it's like 20 to 30% of people who don't actually end up watching a streamer. They do actually go and watch VODs of that stream, which obviously all of the muted stuff, and if VODs are removed, then they're going to be losing those viewers. Because obviously not everyone can catch your stream when you go live, but they still want to check you out.
Yeah. No, it's a complicated matter, and obviously it's been a huge thing on Twitch, on YouTube. Like it's been common knowledge on YouTube to just avoid copyright music if you don't have any license or rights to use it in your video. Otherwise, that's it's literally caught in seconds. But on Twitch, it's never really been an issue until just now. And as mentioned, it's affecting the bigger ones because they're getting thousands, tens of thousands of clips made by their community, and they got really no choice in the matter of if those clips are being made. And it's extremely hard for them to delete those clips because, as mentioned, they could just recreate those clips or remake them from previous VODs. And like I think one of the things they should really do, maybe, and I know this will ruin it, but like maybe just as a short-term fix, just mute music if it's from a VOD or even if it's from the stream. If a clip has copyrighted music, just mute it, because if that's what's causing the issues, then that's just going to be a short-term solution to fix everybody's issue.
Twitch, to solve the problem, Twitch just has to daddy up and just say stop fucking broadcasting copyright music. Just
that,
stop.
yeah.
Like, it's not nice, but that's the reality of it, right? The reason Twitch doesn't care about you doing it while live is, as I was discussing earlier, the laws don't discuss live streaming. Live streaming didn't exist when those laws were made. Like, TV live existed, but TV already had a licensing system. It was explicitly defined for. So, it just, until the laws are updated, Twitch should just presume that live streaming is treated like TV, and if you don't have a license to broadcast that music, you shouldn't. At the same time, I think, companies should offer better licenses to people. Because, if you want, proper copyrighted music, you can be looking at, 3,000 to 10 grand per song.
Yeah.
And it's just well, that's not...
that's radio
that's
sort of money, isn't it? If a radio wants to...
country, but, radios can get licensed to broadcast, what's the word? They can get radio license. I'm not sure how it works in America, but in the UK, you can get, a set license for that.
I know in some radio, I know it's, maybe new songs or something like that. Like, certain songs you have to pay a stupid price for. And just look at a good example of this. It's just
covered in law. There's no license for live streaming on the internet. There's a license for radio broadcasters and a license for TV broadcasters.
I think the biggest example with what you were saying is these laws aren't custom, they aren't changed, because look at music licensing for films, which was probably not where it started, but it went back a while, that cost hundreds of thousands, just because a film tends to make millions these days. So, and also you have to it's distribution, right? It's a pain in the ass. But for those, I just wanted to say this. I haven't got any actual news on this, so I don't currently know what the status of this playlist is on, but I would have assumed it being official, it's still at the same stage as it is. But I do use a playlist for my music. Oh my god. I use a playlist for this music for these streams, which is apparently certified by Twitch. So they're all songs that Twitch say you are allowed to stream. And it's like 400 songs long. So it's like you're not going to run out of songs anytime soon. It's all sorts of different music, but I highly recommend it. I think you can just find it by looking up Twitch
I
playlist.
think Twitch could do a good job of proactively speaking with licensing systems and companies and record labels to develop like their own library. Like YouTube has like its own library of music,
Yeah.
right? That's free to use. There's obviously existing royalty-free libraries like Epidemic Sounds and that, but they're not necessarily that popular. A lot of the songs on there and such. So I do feel that like it could be pretty good for Twitch to maybe actively seek out and get a library of music that they can then provide to their own users as you can broadcast with this.
Yeah.
But I also don't expect that to happen because it's Twitch. So
Moving forward.
Yeah. You wanted to interject, Solon?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, copyright law is already. I understand the purpose of it, but I don't think it is fit for purpose in its current state.
no, definitely not. I mean, I will say not to like shout out a YouTuber without Charles's explicit permission.
No, you can.
Delicious.
But yeah, youtube.com/delicious is an excellent no.
I didn't
The
know
YouTuber Tom
for a
Scott.
video.
If you don't follow Tom Scott as it is, you
Hmm.
probably
Tom
should follow
Scott.
Tom Scott. Tom Scott is awesome, but he has an absolutely excellent video. I think it came out a couple months ago now called YouTube's Copyright System Isn't Broken, the World's Is. It's a
Yes.
42-minute documentary on copyright law and how YouTube system works and how it should be changed. And it's excellent. It really summarizes all of the problems that we're discussing right here and how
It's in
world should
chat.
be fixed.
Thank you,
Oh,
good
thank
sir.
you.
Jesus, Jesus Christ.
That was fast, bro.
By the way, I don't think anybody's eating
I already had it up
chips,
because I was going to be
Who's
talking
eating,
about it.
who's eating chips and what's the crinkle? That's probably my chair, sorry.
Thanks for that, Ash. Yeah, that's a really good video to just it's a really good video to go into detail about what we're talking about. We obviously can't go too much into it because we haven't done the
I mean,
active
Nor's not a
research.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Like,
But maybe add also to Nor's not Tom Scott.
no, but he does have lawyers in there. I mean, he
Yeah.
had bloody Leonard French. Leonard French, awesome. Shout out
Isn't
to
she
all
the one
masses.
from that
No,
Vickers
Leonard French
film?
is not the she.
Oh,
I had a question earlier, but I couldn't find like a point to interject, so I'm just gonna do it now.
Nice.
Go, bitch.
Alfie, with the I assume it's a new rule that like people are getting banned for their like live streams, or is it just like something they're like doing now? That was always been.
It's
No,
always-
it's not a new rule. Like by law, DMCA takedowns exist, right? So like how you would do it is like say a random new company, like a random company sets up a shop, like a physical shop in your local town, and they're like, you know, displaying a copyrighted item, like a film or something. The simple way to do that would be to literally write to them with a DMCA takedown request if you're in America, because that's how it works. But you can principally initiate one here as well, and then you probably have to have it followed because that item you're broadcasting probably has its license based in America, etc. And that has always been a thing. So you could just email Twitch as a record label or movie owner or whatever. But I imagine Twitch has its own like form system, like YouTube does, for making the process a little smoother and making it so they don't have to respond to emails and such. So it's always been a thing. It's just that no one has really used it. Like it has happened. People have had like copyright strikes on Twitch. Like it exists for ages. But
I know.
Twitch themselves have taken an inactive stance on it and basically said, our policy is that you can't broadcast copyrighted music, but they don't ban people for broadcasting copyrighted music. In fact, I have been banned on Twitch for broadcasting copyrighted music, appealed it with links to all of the top streamers that day broadcasting copyrighted music, and then they removed my ban because they were like, yeah, like, okay, fair enough. So like Twitch don't care personally, they dealt with part of the problem a while ago by adding it so that it would mute copyrighted music that they detected automatically in past broadcasts. But now it's been that people are actually starting to receive DMCA takedowns for their clips, and that's become the problem now. It's always been a possibility. It's just that it's starting happening now for whatever fucking weird reason.
I know not too long ago. Well, okay. I know not too long ago there was an issue.
Rainbow.
There you go. I know.
Oh my God, are you swatching?
Yeah, I know not too long ago there was an issue with one band banning a bunch of or DMC striking a bunch of streamers. I can't for the life of me remember the name of the band. I want to say it was maybe Coldplay or someone, but they just started DMC striking a bunch of streams who were having their music on there, which was like again at the time just seemed like it was really out of the blue because it's never really spoken about on Twitch because it, as Alfie said, they just don't give two shits.
Yeah. I definitely think that you can't invalidate the irresponsibility Twitch has, the responsibility Twitch has, sorry, in the fact that they haven't taken action, they haven't upheld their own policy on copyrighted music, they haven't upheld the law on copyrighted music, strictly speaking. If you interpret existing law to cover live streams, which it doesn't explicitly cover, but you could interpret it as doing so, it's complicated.
With that music situation and muting it, it made everyone complicit that it's okay to stream copyright music. Your voice going to be muted, but it's all right. Now that people are getting taken down for it, it's becoming a massive issue because of that. Because everyone was so complicit in that fact. Because Twitch basically said, yeah, it's all right to do that.
Yeah.
But that's
Sorry.
that's something that's happened recently. I can't think of anything else apart from what's it? They finally launched American Astronauts from America after 9 years.
Oh, actually, I guess just before we get on a very slightly related topic, obviously CEO of Amazon, Blue Origin, etc., Jeff Bezos.
What's he done?
He only follows one person on Twitter, and that person is his ex-wife, who doesn't follow him
back. Yeah.
And that's an incredible piece of information that I just needed to broadcast on this podcast.
Absolutely.
It's genuinely beautiful.
Speaking of Blue, I just want to interject again. I've not heard of Blue Origin in ages, which is probably for a good reason.
I think the last thing they did was their emergency. Not emergency eject system, is it called? I can't remember the name of it now. Their system that takes the pilots away from the engine.
I
can't for life remember what it's called, but yeah, the
I think his name is Stroke.
Yeah.
Top fly away fast.
Yeah, the top fly away fast machine.
Sorry, I'm not being very useful. I'm doing this too.
I think that was like the most recent public test they did.
I saw something a while ago from Blue Origin. It was a test, but it was so long ago I can't remember what it was a test of. I just know it was a test for something. I don't like Blue Origin that much. No offense to them. I mean, like, any development in space technology is a good thing, but in comparison to other technologies, I don't like Boeing's space division, but I would still put Boeing's space division above Blue Origin. And I mean, that summarizes where I stand on them, really. Like, I mean, I feel like Boeing is like, how do I describe it? Like, you've got
cringe.
Yeah, it's bland, you know? Like, you look at the Starliner, and it's like, okay, so NASA went, hey, we want to start this commercial crew program to innovate in space technology, and they went, okay, what we're going to do is copy a space capsule from 1910, and it's like, right, that's boring. Like, it's just kind of shit. Like, I'm sure it will work fine, but it's not interesting, it's not new, it's not particularly innovative. But then Blue Origin's like that, but covered in Jeff Bezos' shit. So, you know. I guess Boeing gets some.
I don't think they're like. I don't know. They're not being too public about it, which I think is not helping.
I mean, admittedly, where are we going to swap Virgin into this?
Oh, let's not even get Richard Branson's fucking anything. Like, he needs to. As I think the best thing I heard was he needs to fix the trains before he starts on a space flight. It's I don't understand that what they're doing is it's not gonna help us. It literally just takes humans to the edge of space,
And exposed.
and that's it.
I mean, yeah, bro, but they could like launch a rocket from a 747 and have it blow up after like a minute because it failed. But that's cool.
Honestly,
By the time they get that to work, I guarantee you BFR is going to be finished.
probably what.
Like
Have
almost
you remembered your
unironically.
face?
Yeah, no, honestly, like I didn't Elon Musk recently say, and I mean recently, like literally like yesterday, I think I saw it on Twitter, say that he's putting basically all of the resources into the BFR now, like into the development. I read a tweet saying that he's emailed a majority of the staff saying to put the majority of the work into the development of the BFR. I could be wrong on that, but
But
now
I'm pretty
that-
sure
No, that sounds
they've
about
been
right.
focusing on BFR quite heavily for a while.
But now I can understand that now that he's managed to do human flight for the first time in 9 years in America on a landable booster.
I mean, in
Then-
terms of like business perspective, SpaceX is in the best place it's been ever.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
But
Yeah.
it's never really had any problems. It's always continued to just grow. I mean, they've gone from starting out developing a rocket to having regular launches of satellites to having regular launches of satellites and humans going forward. Like that's good.
Yeah, and
You
having
know,
their own
really-
satellites. Being the first
They're pushing
lander.
towards, like getting other main means of income. Like yeah, like they're in a good position. I'm pretty sure that like their main focus right now is pretty much BFR.
I think the saddest thing to come out of SpaceX is the fact they haven't launched the.
It's Elon Musk, sadly, yeah.
Yeah, it's sadly Elon Musk and his son, and also the fact they haven't really used the Falcon Heavy that much, which
Falcon Heavy is a shit rocket, and I'm just saying it right here, right now.
I like. No, it's a shit rocket, but I just want to see it launch more because I love seeing two boosters land at the same time.
I mean, yeah, it's cool to watch, but it like in terms of like its actual use, it's like it was. I don't know. I don't even know why they bothered, to be honest.
Just to
Apart
show
from
they
that
can
have
land
no
two
contract that
two
requires it,
boosters.
but, like,
To show they can put a car in space, and two, that was his plan from the start. And to show that he can.
also, did you
And-
bring up his son?
Yeah,
No,
he did.
Like which one?
his
Oh.
oldest.
Griffin, Saxon, Xavier, Damien, Kai. I don't know if Nevada's biologically male or female. I have no idea.
All of
Oh
them.
my god, every single one of his kids is male. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he is. Wow. Dude. What?
What?
Um, yeah, SpaceX are doing well.
How's that natural? They don't breed with themselves.
That's
Yeah.
what I
you
said
know
it
that.
like as a thing, and then he went, "Yeah, natural selection, yeah." Wait, what?
No, it's SpaceX are in a great place, and the fact that that happened was astonishing. Weird to think it's been 9 years since they last launched Americans from American Soul. I thought it was a lot longer, to be completely honest. I didn't realize the last
Well, I mean,
space.
was the shuttle program really that interesting? It was more just watching NASA repeatedly send a shit fucking craft into space where they repeatedly fall apart in different ways, killing people unnecessarily.
Oh, it
No
broke on
offense,
the way
NASA,
up
but the
and
space
on the way
shuttle was awful.
down, so it
Bro,
wasn't
why'd
the
you say that?
best.
NASA's gonna fucking NASA's gonna cry over that.
You know,
They're gonna
honestly,
DMC us.
the only reason I hate the space shuttle so much is I grew up with all of this shit around the space shuttle, and everyone be like, "Space shuttle's cool. It's like a plane but space." And then I actually got older and learned about the space shuttle in a bit more detail. I was like, "Wow, this is a shit craft." Like,
Oh,
this
it
is
was
just
meant to be reusable, but it cost more to fix it than to make a new one, and more or less like that. It was useless.
bad in every way, yeah.
And the fact that it broke on the way up and broke on the way down wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was an attempt to solve a problem that went completely in the wrong direction.
yeah, and I think one of the things they should have, I don't know, it would have been, again, very limited to the time, but I think using rockets, solid rocket boosters didn't really help with money things with like I don't know, if they came up with some sort of better way of getting that shuttle to space, be it
Yeah.
just taking it, like using the shuttle itself, but obviously it was an issue. Efficiency is one of the hardest parts, but I don't know. It was a cool idea that went down the drain more or less instantly.
The idea is cool. it's just it's the space shuttle itself. I don't really have a problem with its launch. Like it was a bit like of the era, and it doesn't look as nice, I suppose, as like SpaceX. Because SpaceX put a lot of work into appearances, whereas NASA never really bothered. Mostly because it's hard to justify as a tax-funded public organization why you should waste money on looks. But
I
yeah,
personally would say the
and
shuttle looks quite
the shuttle
cool.
was just bad. Like it just had like multiple parts that fell apart. It was overly complicated, hard to fly, unreliable. And to put it simply, the Russians made
Basically,
the same thing but better. That I can't remember.
Oh,
the
I
name of.
really wish their Russian shuttle went up.
What, the Baran?
Yeah, that's the one.
That would have been so cool. Like the
pretty
Russians
good.
version. Yeah. Wasn't it bigger? Or was it roughly the
Okay,
same
I mean, yeah,
size?
it wasn't like the exact same fucking thing.
It looked
Is that
almost.
another
It looked. No, we've seen it. We've seen pictures of it. There's
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't know the dimensions of it off the top of my head. Is what I'm saying.
No, yeah, no, that would have been cool, but obviously Russia being Russia didn't go very well.
Russia being Russia, yeah.
Uh,
To India,
Is
honestly.
she
if
still
I'm gonna
doing the
call that-
makeup?
yes, got it in my fucking eye.
You know
You're
what
supposed to
I'm
keep your
Oh my
eyes
God.
closed, dumbass.
No, I've just been doing my own
Dumbass.
thing.
But yeah, no,
like,
it's
if I'm gonna credit any country on like advancements in their space technology, it'll be India. India is like accelerating.
yeah, they made it
fast
to the
on space right
moon, my
now.
dude.
Indian number one. Indian number one.
Oh, you talking about that?
Japan's cool. Jax is cool. I like Jax.
India really did accelerate, but they didn't know how to slow down. Was the problem?
I mean,
No.
yes.
A reference that many people are going to probably get.
I think the asteroid.
Sorry,
got it.
what?
Oh, what is?
Why are you
what's
watching me
happened to
clean
the-
my palate?
Are we still getting data from the Rosetta?
No.
Okay, so is that
I think so.
that just like Voyager? It's just gone into the distance now. Then just
Yep.
offline.
Yeah, definitely.
Gucci.
Distance wasn't quite the problem. but,
No,
Yeah.
I said gone off into the distance. Like it's just gone.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you also compared it to Voyager, which is a craft, or both Voyagers specifically designed to just go in a direction.
Okay,
This one very much was not.
kind of. The Voyagers
Last
weren't.
contact was in 20
Okay,
from Red.
You're watching me clean my palate.
sorry. I'll watch a cleaner palette. Yeah, no, that was something else that happened recently. I remember my parents went outside to try and find the rocket. I tried to explain to them they wouldn't be able to see it, but kept their hopes up.
And the Rosetta's lander Philae was lost contact about a year earlier. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just over a year earlier in 2015.
Uh,
I do like the different styles of space agency, though. Like, NASA was always very much like. And Roscosmos during Cold War, especially, was very much sort of like they were both just trying to be ambitious. You know, who can do the coolest thing next, basically. Which was good because it made advancements fast, and we did cool shit fast, like moon landing, etc. Although that maybe didn't happen. Wink, wink.
Okay.
I believe that, definitely.
it happened, but I could see it being like the actual footage being faked.
Yeah, I mean, either way, like
They landed on the moon, no matter what. We've got evidence of it.
yeah, whatever. But more importantly, like JAXA like shoot asteroids. That's just JAXA's thing. India's just out there like we're making more efficient rockets every week because we're cool.
Oh yeah.
And then like ESA is just kind of doing its own thing, I guess. Like they're kind of just doing pretty generic space. Like they're not really specifically on a
Yeah.
path. They all do have kind of their own styles, and I kind of like that. I do like the ESA actually. I wish there was more
ESA
money for
good.
the ESA.
Yeah.
Like I wish Europe worked together, like, and just funded that shit more, and like they built that launch pad that was supposed to be built like near where I live, and then I'd go watch rocket launches every day, like that.
Yeah, that's. There's still rumours, and obviously we're not going to say where we live, but there's still rumours that they're going to make a spaceport.
It's somewhere in the UK.
Yeah, they're going to make a spaceport apparently, but that's been going on for goodness. I would love to see that though. Have a close access to space. Bye.
Yeah, close access
to space.
nearby.
But like, yeah, it's weird. ESA, boy, I wish
They're
they
not
did
funded
more.
enough, really.
Yeah, I wish they did more, but obviously they can't if they don't have the money. What's the other? There's another American space organization. I can't for the life of me. What it's called? If anybody knows who Destin on Every Day is, he did a video on how they make their rockets. That's the only way I can describe what that company is.
Okay.
Right, give me a minute, I'm going to Google it, because there's another one that they're...
The only like space organizations I can think of in America that are significant would be obviously NASA, SpaceX, Blue Origin, now the Space Force, although they've not already done anything, and then the Air Force Space Division or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
That would be all I can think of.
Oh, that's it, ULA.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay, I should have remembered them.
Yeah. Being the CEO or the guy who like watches over all of it, quite nice. Like Elon Musk, it's quite nice to see someone very, very excited in what he's doing and trying to push the boundaries. Though I don't think he is looking at the ULA. They're still going on the classic use a rocket, crash it sort of idea.
I mean, that is pretty classic. Yeah, I will. I mean, that's a classic idea.
Oh, like. There's no other real, apart from Blue Origin and, oh no, I don't think there are any other, apart from Blue Origin and SpaceX, there's no other one that are trying to actively land rockets or find a reusable way of making, like, reusing them. I would say technically Virgin are up there, but I wouldn't count them as rockets.
Well,
So,
Rocket Labs were experimenting with reusing components.
I know there's one. I know this. Is that the one in either New Zealand or New Zealand? I think.
I think that's where its launch site.
Okay, because is it the small little black one? Doesn't it come down with parachutes, or is it Rocket Land?
Yeah, I think they were trying to get a
The parachutes can catch
helicopter to
catch
it on a special parachute.
Yes, because that's what SpaceX were originally going to do with their capsule. But
I want to see a new form of rocket landing system where, like, you know, stage is falling back to Earth, and then from 4 separate directions, rockets launch pointed towards it, and then catapult a net capturing it, and then those 4 rockets are now got the thing in a net that's closed and locked around the craft falling, and then the 4 rockets initiate parachutes, and it's like a 4-rocket, 4-way parachute net combo that lands in the ocean. That would be
and
cool.
why is that better? Is it more cost efficient?
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yes, it's more cost efficient.
It's more cost efficient.
Yeah,
yes.
it's more cost efficient. It's. I like small companies like that. Doing what they are.
Yeah.
They're making, like, privatized satellite companies more accessible to get into space, or smaller, not well-funded companies. It's just a nice way of doing stuff. They're a small rocket; it doesn't cost too much. Questionable way of landing, but have they actually like done a helicopter catch yet? I think they have.
Yeah.
Wait, is someone left?
Yeah.
What is the?
You think moved to FK?
What's the?
He went to AFK. I'll move him back.
It's epic.
I can't move him back for some
Yeah,
reason.
don't worry.
Can I just say something? One of my friends was, "Fuck you, go man! Look how I dance on your bridge."
That's me.
Cool. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
I mean, that's awesome.
But
I'm deeply excited. Now, the only thing I would say on space, like as we're on the topic, is I really like. I've never particularly liked Elon Musk for a whole host of reasons.
you can't speak a single sentence without I'm in.
What?
I'm not going to give him shit for social anxiety because it's something I suffer from. But, like, I don't know. There's a lot of problems, but especially recently, he's really upped his controversy stuff. And in terms of SpaceX, I really want to remind everyone that Elon Musk only founded the company, and there's a lot of other significant people, not just the engineers at the base level, but even up to the chief like board and the top team and like Gwyn and that. There's a lot of big good people in SpaceX that did really good work, and should probably get more credit. Whereas Elon pretty much steals the 100% the credit from SpaceX, and that kind of sucks for the people that work there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he is the face of the company. That's generally what faces do.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we should change topics.
Yeah, speaking of epic creations, Jowan has a new epic creation
Oh,
that took him a surprisingly short amount of time to assemble.
oh, is it?
Yeah, built
You built
Hey,
what?
George.
from scratch. Got the materials myself.
You did what? Sorry.
You're cutting out there.
Built a chair.
You built a chair. Oh, I thought you were talking about his new colouring work on his hair.
What do you
Dyeing
mean?
work, you mean?
Your
What do you mean?
mustache.
Yeah, new dyed hair.
You're gonna
Yeah, I saw that picture of you colouring your mustache green, and it looks absolutely fabulous.
that was fake.
Oh fuck! Oh, I genuinely thought you did.
Troll.
Trolled.
Charlie actually did just get.
Yeah, that's actually quite sad. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Trolled.
Wow.
Subaku.
Yeah, that's how's
Subaku?
the chair? Is it comfy?
Fuck, I said that wrong. Ignore me.
Sudoku.
It do
Wait,
be
no, fuck.
Yeah, you gotta do Sudoku.
You gotta do Su-
I can't even do like a crossword.
Seppuku. There we go, that's fine.
When's Charlie gonna live stream Sudoku then?
I'll do it. Oh,
Yo,
so
Charlie,
wait,
you gotta jump
wait,
on this
Panda-
chess craze.
Panda said I should do a 24-hour stream. I've had many people say I should do a 24-hour stream, so I'll do a 24-hour stream at some point, and I'll do Sudoku on there.
Good luck.
Yes.
Good luck.
You should do a 24-hour stream of just
Nice.
streaming chess until you get Grandmaster.
I'll do a 24-hour stream of me just playing Valorant until Cloud9 come out.
Do a 24
Hello, Tactical TV. I am with a company, and we would like to sign you for our Valorant team. When can you, apply?
Why?
All right, you have the team.
Wow, absolute
Hi,
offensive.
I represent Math is Fun, and I was wondering if you would like to
Oh,
be the
God.
ambassador for mathisfun.com/game/connect4.html. It's
Oh my
a definitely
God.
interesting
Wait, oh.
game. We are provided the license by
Oh,
Hasbro.
God,
I am legally
creaked.
obligated to mention that. And we were wondering if you'd like to be our ambassador.
Yeah, I loved Massive Fun as a school. I got to gold rating or whatever the hell it was. I was great at maths, and then exams came along, and I just basically shit all of them.
Shit on all of them.
I was working at
It was very awkward to be in the room with him when he did.
Yeah,
actually,
it's
you say that during our GCSEs, I had a cold and another person had a cold, so being in any classroom
right
was
next to me as well.
awful because there was two people
It's not like
sniffling.
I mean, I could have punched on a good day, but that didn't.
It was quite fun actually because I just remember trying to not cough as hard as I can and almost dying.
What it was, I'm like trying to figure out the correct formula that they provided for, like, I don't know, putting moles in a cell or something. And beside me just. Oh, God. Shouldn't have been let in that room, honestly. Should have had to do it somewhere else. Goddamn bitch. My run.
That
There's
was
multiple reasons that I feel legally someone should be able to do their GCSE exams in a separate room, and that's
Right.
for multiple learning difficulties and having a blocked nose.
Yeah.
Or,
Like, I genuinely think that would improve for everyone.
or can we the pen people who would constantly click clicky pens?
Yes.
Which is
Oh,
what I
no,
had.
just don't allow them.
No. I had that when I changed schools. I had to sit in a massive auditorium basically, and it was quite quiet when my group went in, and then somebody started clicking, and then someone else did, and then someone started sniffling. At the front was coughing.
Wasn't it like
And-
trimming the grass or something during
Yes.
one of our exams?
yes, we had that.
Someone's
Dude, through my
hoovering the roof.
exams, fucking someone started beatboxing. Shit was crazy.
We had somebody faint in my GCSEs. That was funny.
My
This science question, man, it's too much, man.
our RE teacher during her GCSE, one of a mouse was found in a hall, at which point they had to get everybody out of there, and they all got they all got what their I presume was they're predicted.
Their average.
Just take them at the back and shoot them.
Bang bang.
Oh my god. Weekend, you're an absolute legend. Just chuck a boulder at them. But nah, that was I miss school, honestly.
I miss school because of like the science lessons. Did anybody else like have a really cool science lesson?
No, like, the
'Cause
only thing I don't like about science lessons is my teacher once when I walked in just went, "Charlie, why do you smell and so sweaty?" I'm sorry, I was doing.
I'm sorry, I have to walk to my house.
Oh, you a biologist, surely you can answer that.
Walk up the hill.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I just came up the stairs, sir.
I've been sat down for 20 minutes.
I just had to stand up, give
I
you a
had to
rest.
stand up, please.
I dropped my pencil, I had to get it.
I've just written the date. Okay, give me a break.
Please give me a Kit Kat.
He's having like a fucking asthma attack.
As this is always goes to like even if it's you guys or my boss's husband, it's always going to just making fun of my weight.
Come
Well,
on.
yeah. It's an easy target.
Your boss's husband's kind of
Not hard
based,
to
not
miss.
That's not hard to miss. You can't say shit. I beat you all at.
Can Cass even wrap around you?
Fuck you. Oh.
Spicy to get like those little extendo claw grip.
The ones you have to pick up litter with. Wow.
Ken.
But no, yeah, I loved school apart from that, and
Apart from that.
oh, actually, my
You've said
favourite
some
thing.
questionable things. Like you've said them a lot.
Yeah,
But during school, especially, that was
My-
like your peak of saying.
my favourite thing
"Sorry, but I'm
during
not gonna
school.
Bring them up too much.
My
Can
fa-
you
my-
PM me some of the highlights?
My favourite thing at school was this happened many times, but my most memorable time was on Alfie's birthday. Phelan decided to get him, was it like 5 or 10 packets of cookies or something like that?
Did I?
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it sounds like
Yeah.
something I would.
and I
do, but-
remember Alfie just getting one of these pack of cookies and chucking it into the balcony where all the girls sat. And all I just remember is we shut the door and they just screamed and all jumped onto that pack of cookies, like fighting for their death to get it. We used to do
that with coins.
we used to do it with like £1.50 coins and just chuck it in and they would all scream
It
and
was
run
like
towards
watching a
it.
death match over like 53p and a Freddo or something.
I do realise it's probably not a good thing to admit on the internet that our entertainment at lunch in school was to initiate a fucking pack of girls to like fight and brawl over a £1 coin.
Oh,
But that
It's so
man,
funny, man.
that £1 would like get you like so much in the canteen because
oh no,
My-
they
my-
get you 2 sausage rolls.
I
my
love
mother
going
used to
dinner,
work.
lady.
My mother
Charles
worked in
remembers
the
exactly how many
canteen.
sausage rolls it's worth.
Each sausage roll is 55p.
Yeah, my mother worked in the canteen, and if she had like loads of stuff left over, she'd just leave it on the side, and we just help ourselves. Like you'd see
Wait,
like a bunch of
what?
like year sevens just going, "Woo!" and then like grabbing everything.
hang on, I missed this.
Yeah, that's what happened. Towards the end of lunch, she'd have like loads of leftovers, and she kind of like put them in pots, and then you can just take them home. She'd leave it. She had lots of She left lots behind for
Scavenge you found.
kids with like free school meals and stuff. So when they got home, they had dinner as well.
Oh,
But it was quite funny just seeing a bunch of DSCS sevens just going, just like
I
grabbing
always
as
loved
much
it.
sausage rolls.
We used to have a tournament. We used to play. We used to play Exploding Kittens, and she ended up keeping count, like having a clipboard and a paper, and like we had a tournament, I guess.
she
Like
had
she
like
would keep.
a little slogan / tagline for all of us. Like I think I was the one that kept my cards close to my chest or something, and Alfie was like the tricky one or some shit.
John was something.
Tricky
John was
person.
like the rat. I don't know. I don't know what I was.
Yeah, no,
I
they were
probably
quite
didn't
foul.
have one. No one ever labels me.
No, because you
We
didn't play.
labelled you the lonely kid who. Wait, weren't you like dissed by your teachers in your school report with something to do with like.
Stop!
How you were-
Stop! Stop! No!
For Jowan's sake, I won't mention the only experience the only
God.
remote knowledge I had of him at pool school. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh well.
Oh no!
I don't have a brain. I'm tired as shit. I haven't slept in 2 days. But no, yeah, there's an event that happened there that I can never mention on the internet. But it's important that the knowledge of that event is known.
Yeah.
And the location of the school.
Precisely. I'm glad
Actually,
you're on the
no.
page.
Luckily, he didn't say the full name of the school. So Well, he didn't actually say the
It
right
could
name
be a
of the school.
swimming school. It could
He
be
didn't say
in,
the
phone
in,
number,
pool,
luckily.
in pool
He didn't
school.
say the right name of the school, so.
People could definitely. find
Sorry,
out.
bro. I meant the left name.
God damn it. It's
Yeah.
right next to a church. Actually, I remember going to that church.
Oh my god!
It's not like there's hundreds of schools in the UK next to a fucking church.
Yeah,
I
but you're
mean,
narrowing
what's
it
extra
down.
graveyard
You-
at church?
You've now said the name, and there's a church next to it.
Like exactly after the name,
Anyway.
it's just narrowing it down.
Anyway, I had to say that because there's context for this story. Because I
Just
remember
off the M2 out of Birmingham.
why.
God.
Anyway.
Why not?
I'm not even. My story's not even funny, so.
Carry on.
Well,
It's a podcast. It doesn't have to
Who'd
be
have
funny.
thought, bro? That
You
was
guys
a
were just
real
talking about
shock.
Actually, no,
space.
I do remember getting John on my shoulders once when we were on the balcony, and I moved towards the
Did you turn
wall and
around?
almost fell over, like almost chucked him off the balcony.
God.
There was also the time when kind of, what is it, the last like month of school, and I ended up doing a skipping competition with a friend of mine. And
Oh,
apparently
do you remember
lot-
that?
And apparently you lot were saying stuff about us when we were jumping on the skipping ropes, and you were staring at us.
No,
Apparently, that's what you said to
that
me.
was what
Don't
dealerships was
remember.
doing.
Any of it. I remember skipping a lot. I'm still very.
Charles fucking whipped out
I've
his
got very
binoculars.
springy legs, it turns out.
Yeah, no, we were like.
You
I,
skipped a mile, you
I
dickhead.
skipped
oh,
multiple miles.
does everybody
Yes.
remember that challenge? Jesus Christ! So we had to skip round to the on the
Field.
sports day field. I remember I was the last one, and just as I went to do that, I fell flat on my face in
Oh,
front of
we
everyone. I was like, oh.
we had to do a mile.
And he was in my house group as well. And I was like,
We had
oh.
to do a mile.
Was I
Our
there for
year.
this?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this was
I do
during
not
PE.
remember.
It was for sports.
No,
it
no,
was
there
for
was one for
fundraising
PE.
for sports day.
There was one for PE. Because it was done. It was done by the.
fundraise for sports.
Oh yeah. You remember?
That's a good point.
Wait.
We live in an incredibly economically balanced country. What are you on about?
I don't even
We
remember
fund our
that.
education system
Oh
well.
no, yeah, I
No, but
remember
there's
We
that-
now.
had to fund the skipping ropes as well with a charity.
Yeah, it was
What the
red. It was
fuck?
Red Nose Day, I think it was, and we all had to wear like red. And
Oh my God, I
our
remember.
group was our house group was red anyway, so we wore our house colours anyway. But yeah, I remember just kind of like doing that and then
Like-
just falling flat on my face and everybody just going.
Oh no.
I don't remember any of that, honestly.
I do because it happened to me.
I no,
You probably
because you
walked away
skipped
at
a
that
mile,
point.
and when we did the mile, it was done by the geography teacher. He
Yeah,
was the
because
one
he'd stamp your
showed us-
hands, wouldn't he, as we
Yeah.
were going around?
And I remember Alfie.
That's
Alfie
really
was a.
annoying 'cause you had to stop and then you'd wait
Yeah.
for like 5 smaller kids and then he'd stamp your hand and it just like wasn't visible.
Yeah, and it ran off after a while because it was like this
Yeah.
shitty little watermark, and it was starting to spit towards the end as well, and it all kind of ran off your
All
hands.
I,
And they'd be like,
all I remember.
Yeah.
you need 2 more laps to do, and
Charles
it's like,
ran off within like 2 rotations of his arms when he was skipping.
I know, because I didn't skip it. Like you didn't. Skipping
Yeah.
was an option. I remember doing it, and Alfie was like 2 or 3 laps
It was
behind.
the
So
proper
I followed him a few laps around. And I remember on the last lap, I genuinely both of my feet were completely numb.
your feet were.
So
Remember
No,
we
I
had
actually remember
to-
now. I didn't do it. I just
Oh,
walked
okay.
around. I'm pretty sure.
I remember we had to carry
Weaklings.
water and the group
Yes.
that I had, the idea was you were meant to swap out water container after every lap. We never once got one of the lighter ones. I mean,
Probably.
You know,
I
kids
don't
in
remember
Africa
Sports
probably don't
Day.
get to complain
remember
about
Sports
that.
did we ever do sports day?
Yeah,
Lucky
because we went
bastards.
to that college that had the massive thing. We play rounders and stuff, and
Well, we
then
did a rounders tournament. That,
That
was
was
a fun.
fun.
Oh, do you? Oh, I doubt you guys
We
remember
never
this.
finished it, did
No,
we?
I doubt you guys remember this. But you remember when we did the rounders tournament and we went to the big field,
Mm-hmm.
and we all walked like I don't. I
Damn
was
it, now you've blown the location even more.
and I was with the first group. I think it was like years group. So we all walked in first past the gate, and
yeah,
there
we
was
got stuck in
obviously
the vans.
there was a group that I think they were doing football beforehand, but they were there were a bunch of I want to say they were disabled.
You just ruined your mate.
Oh fuck. But all I remember is one of them walking towards me and go, "Oh, hello, Andy," and came
my
in
God,
to give
yeah.
me a hug, and I was like, "I'm not Andy." He just
Coming
walked
off
off.
the field. Yeah.
Oh, that
To be honest, the only thing I remember from that is that I think that if that's around the tournament I was thinking of, didn't my house win or my team?
oh yeah, we
I
lost
thought we
horrifically.
did, and I don't know if I was in the same as you.
Yeah,
I
you're on
don't
the
even
same
remember
team
the
as me.
Okay, yeah.
It was
I don't
it was
remember.
me. What is it? Kobe,
I
and then some
remember-
other
I
kids
don't
who didn't
remember what
matter.
her name
I
is.
can't remember
An
my group, but I know I was
evil-
partnered with Rachel.
I know
An
there's a
evil
picture of
girl,
me.
a couple years below.
My sister.
She just
Oh,
wasn't
what was?
very nice.
Well,
She
what
was
is it? The girl who just kind of stares at you?
No, I think she was just genuinely quite an aggressive and nasty person. She was just swinging her bat, and she says she didn't mean to. I think she did. She clobbered me in the balls when I was like second.
Wait,
Love it.
Wait, I want to point out. I just want to point out. During that run, I lost my shoe. Had to go with like testicles the size of Rounders balls, and still scored. Yeah,
Was it-
went all the
was
way
it-
around.
You know, so I think the only reason we like ended up winning that tournament is like Kobe and I could fucking hit a ball miles.
Oh yeah,
I could if I hit
could.
it.
Yeah,
I
I
either
could.
hit it nowhere.
I
or
swear
across
the balls
field.
were smaller
Yeah.
on that tournament because I
Yeah.
couldn't
Oh
hit
yeah,
a
they
single
were
ball.
smaller and they fucking
Were they?
flew.
I couldn't hit
Yeah.
a single ball. I didn't
When-
hit a
when-
single ball that tournament.
they'd be a mix as well. Some of them would be really hard, and some of them would be really like
Yes,
squishy and like
that
really
I
light. And I remember my group. I remember trying to swing, and of course I was good when I wanted to be, but I really couldn't give a damn at that point because it was hot, it was sweaty, it was like in the middle of summer, and we were like, oh, okay. And I remember hitting it, and everybody's like, okay, get in. She won't hit that far. And I remember hitting it across the field, and they were like, no, run!
Can I add
And I just
out?
walked the entire way because I couldn't be asked
Can
to
I just
run.
point out this field? Like it was a big field, and we had 4 games on at the same time.
They had heated AstroTurf
No,
as
they
well.
didn't.
What?
That was a different one. This one was on a like a normal field. And can I just point out it was 4 games.
Someone here is heated
And
better.
on the top left and top right, just to the left or just above the game, there was a bank. So if you hit the ball far enough, it would go.
Yeah.
You would have to run down a bank and then back up, which
We lost,
I'm
like,
surprised.
No, you don't have to run down. You run down it, but you chuck the ball back
Okay,
up.
yeah, but you have to run back up to get to your position if you're the next player. I just want to point out also that I think the person you might be talking about is Abigail.
Oh, for Maya.
I
know-
don't think so. I was also like.
No, I
what
swear
was
she's
her
like a year below your year.
Yeah, she is a year below us, but
She was like
just
a
never
rather
spoke.
young girl. It's like, oh
Oh,
god.
okay.
Did she have
No one
really
liked
long?
her.
Did she have really long hair?
I don't
No,
remember.
I
to
don't
be
think
honest.
so.
I just-
I know
Okay.
that she fucking hated Valen.
I
Yeah,
vaguely remember Alfie in school,
Yeah.
so I don't remember any of the other years.
I'll be honest. When she decided to bonk me in the bollocks, I was less focused on what sort of hair she had than other things. But
I'm not gonna lie, that probably was my friend.
I just remember walking.
Because I
in and
remember
that
she
guy
came
going,
up to
"Hello,
me
dude."
and she was like almost in tears. She was like, "Oh my god, that was funny." I was like, What did you do?" And she went, "Ah."
It's weird to think in school.
So
though.
it might have been my friend. I'm really sorry.
Weird to think in school.
She
Darren
gives no
never really
shits.
spoke to us.
Oh,
It's weird-
Valen, do you remember the fact that our what is it? The person who was running our house really didn't like Kobe and ran the head of house competition when Kobe wasn't there on purpose.
oh yeah,
It's like they ran it when Kobe was there. Kobe basically won, and then they was like, you know what? We're gonna do a second vote now that Kobe isn't here, and I ended up winning it.
Wow. Very nice couple, by the way. I don't know who I had
Was your
after.
first action as head to appoint a new head?
Kobe.
I remember.
No, I
almost-
fucking sucked that shit up. It looks good on the
almost broke
CV.
a teacher's foot with a Rounders ball, which to be fair was still their fault.
I remember
That was
hitting the science teacher with a shot put on his
Oh,
Oh, you remember?
On his
No,
area.
I
Great.
do remember.
'Cause he was sitting
I
on the
do
floor and I
remember
went like
sports
that.
day because
Okay at that.
I did shot put and I did
yeah,
high
you
jump
just
for
had to,
some
like,
reason.
lean over and you won.
And I literally, yeah, I don't. There was
Oh no,
another,
you saw Caleb?
there was another lad.
Didn't he fart when he like went over the thing?
I don't know. We did.
I swear he,
No.
It was
like,
done years. It was done in years.
No, he did. He went to do that. It's the long jump. Where it's one where you have to jump and then get onto the sand. And as he was running, he jumped and he farted just as he went up, and it like propelled him.
Okay.
Extra propulsion.
My group was
Space station
crying.
was
Yeah, no, what really surprised me
Like-
is we have a lad called Jaden in our year. And he's like,
Again, I was trying to
he
avoid
was
names.
really, like, I would say he was the fittest in the year. And I was surprised he didn't do shot put.
You were
Shot put
definitely
isn't
the best.
always about being fit.
Oh
This
no,
is
it's
the
not.
thing. This is what annoyed me about this. So in all of the training sessions, in all of the, I can't remember exactly how they split it up, in like all of the house group / year split ups that I did, I was the best in the long jump. So what did they do? And one of the worst in the sprint. And
Oh.
they decided to put me in the sprint.
You know what's funny
I'm
though,
not
right?
happy about that. I love long
I
jump.
went for the shot put thing. I never got told how the fuck to do shot put until I got to the podium.
I feel like
Like,
lovely
at
anyway.
least I had to do it.
I didn't sign up for anything and got put in the like called the one where you just passed on.
Oh,
the
marathon.
baton.
Yeah, I got put in that even though I didn't sign up for anything.
Didn't everybody have to do the marathon?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
it
they
sucked.
they wanted everyone to do at least something, and you were one of those
Yeah.
lazy ass arses.
Hey,
Oh,
come
yes, we
on.
had to
I
write it
remember
down on the
doing
sheet as
shot
well,
put. And I think it's the 100-meter sprint or something like that. Like
That is
10-meter
terrible.
sprint. I know I was the last one there, but my friend, who's actually quite fit, was literally about 3 paces in front of me, and I was still catching up with her. And then we kind of did like a side like running thing, and somebody took a photo of it, and I'm sat there like trying to beat her in it, and yeah, I remember tripping her over after that as well, and she really badly hurt her foot. But oh well, I won against her, so that was fun.
I remember me and John were in the we've already said the name, so I may as well.
Who's
in
that?
the
Either.
was it the 4?
Is that
race?
John
Yeah.
by the big field?
And it was. I think it was literally like coming up to the straight, and we just. I think I ended up catching up with them or something, and we just walked the rest of the way.
Did you?
No,
did
we
you all
had
get,
to break into a petty job because it's at that point people are looking at you, and they're calling your name not because they want you to finish, not because they think it'll be awesome, purely out of pity. And at that point, you have to at least look like you're trying to put some effort in. So it was this
Oh,
half-hearted
okay.
job.
So I ended up doing the 400-meter sprint. If you don't know me, I'm not the most fucking healthy person, right? 400
You
meter,
are the
whatever it was,
peak
right?
male physique.
You are absolutely.
I went in, right, because there was only 2 other people doing it. It's like, oh, fuck, this is an easy third. It's like, I ended up running about a quarter of it, and fuck it, I'm giving up and walking because I'm not beating the other 2. And then people, like, just shouting at me to hurry the fuck up. It's like, no,
Oh, yeah.
leave me alone.
I remember
I'm walking
that.
this.
I remember sitting there in the middle of the field, just going.
Why are you walking?
I'm just kind of going, okay, anyway, do you snap? We were just playing cards in the middle waiting for our next turn.
Wow.
Well,
I was
it's
sitting
mainly,
still at
yeah, as I
the
said, it was
exercise.
mainly because there was no one else doing it. There's only 2 people. It's like, yeah, this is 3 points.
I remember Mum was quite happy with everyone anyway. Like she like somebody would like go up to her crying, going, "I lost," and she'd go, "It's okay. It's taking part that counts." And then I remember I came like second in shot put in my year, and she was like, "Yeah, you ain't a fucking loser." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Mum."
You tell me, bro.
Mum was like, "Oh, you know, it's okay. Well, you took part. It's fine." As soon as the back turn, fucking loser.
It did annoy me. Going off slightly off topic, it did annoy me why they just got rid of IT for GCSE.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been so much more
Yeah, I
better.
got annoyed about that. It's like I couldn't do IT with GCSE because only 2 people signed up for it. It's like, mate, DT had 3 people. Fuck off.
Yeah, we had
Remember you telling me stories
an
about
issue
that.
with IT.
They gave me. They
The
didn't even let me
reason they
choose.
gave changed. I
Yes,
think, 3
yes,
times.
Tenchi, it is
Yeah.
taking part
It's
that
take-
counts, but apparently
it's
more in our
taking
school.
part.
It
I
really.
mean, I want to point out in anything related to sports, it was taking part that was the worst part for me. I didn't give a shit whether I came first or fucking last. I just didn't want to fucking do it.
I remember you doing the shot put, which was it was just nice to have you there to talk to, and
Thanks.
well, it's because we were split. Oh no, we weren't actually, because I remember they initially split us all
Yeah.
in the middle on different tarpaulins, like each house group, and then we all just started talking to each other because
Yeah, 'cause I
we
went
were there
over-
for a good few hours.
Yeah. Because what's the point? Like, and at one point, we kind of all scattered. Like, some of us went to our parents that were on the benches,
I remember
and we just
something.
sat there like hid behind our parents. Because I remember hiding when they wanted me to do the 400, I think,
Yeah.
and I was like, nah. And then I remember hiding behind my dad, and he's quite a big bloke. And I hid behind my dad so they couldn't find me. And they were like calling for everyone, and my friend sat there like, where? Like, she ran up to my parents and was like, "Oh, well, do you know where Cass is?" And they went, "No, she's gone to the toilet. She won't be able to make it." And I'm sat there going,
I remember. I want to say 2 things.
so I could get out
doing-
sprinting.
because of where the shot put was, my parents could see me clear as day because it was literally like 2 meters away, like where they were standing. And after that, they asked if I wanted to start training in shot put, so I started training in shot put. That didn't go too far, but that was funny. But also, secondly, I this is a random story, but I was telling my boss about it because the context at work made me. It was just a funny story at the time. But something that just came back to me was, I don't want to go too in detail, but someone, obviously interject if you want me to go into more detail, but someone at our
Go
school
into more detail.
had, no, someone at our school had,
Did you go into more detail?
okay,
See?
Alfie had surgery on his toe, at school.
I remember that.
Oh, fuck you. You didn't have to do that. It's not going to happen. Thank God.
And I can't
Probably up
remember.
next to the big field as well.
I don't know if you.
that.
I don't know if you remember much about this outfield, Phelan. But I remember. I don't know if this was before. I
I
don't.
don't remember that happening.
No, I don't remember if it was before or after, but I'm pretty sure it was after. But when we were waiting outside the English room, our head teacher came out and there was a whiteboard on the wall. Our teacher came out and you were talking to him about it or something like that, or like we were talking about it, and he just started giving us a lecture and showing us how they do the surgery on the whiteboard, just out of the blue.
I'm not sure if
I just
vaguely
remember-
have some sort of. I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was
specifically.
before or after. I want to say it was after
There's some
because obviously you're wearing
Did
your
you
sandals.
guys have him as your
He was always
science
wearing
teacher?
sandals. I'm trying-
Because we had him for a cover at one point, and to get away from doing work, we asked him this one question: do you believe in ghosts? And we
God.
just sat there and did fuck all for the rest of the lesson because you would
Oh
just
yeah, we
continue
did
going
that
on,
with
and we loved it.
we did that with a secondary English teacher as well. We just asked her a single question about her life, and fucking hell, 40-minute rant later, we're finally doing work.
Yeah.
I remember.
And then it's
one
like,
of
oh,
our-
ring the bell because our lessons were 40 minutes long. And we're like, off to the next lesson, okay.
I remember one of our science teachers. He wasn't there for too long, but he misfumbled his words, but it made our day. But he misfumbled the word for organism as orgasm,
I did that twice
which
too.
really just.
You do that in front of school kids. That's the end of your career. Let's go.
Well, he did quit recently, like
Exactly.
shortly after.
And it was like this does his name begin with a B?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember I ended up winning because I think we were doing netball or something, and I managed to win the award at the end of year for like a sports thing.
Oh, I did. Yes.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
we ended up doing like a laser tag and stuff, and then
How
we went
did I get that?
and then we went to the beach. And then we saw him on the beach with bleach blonde hair, playing with his dog
Yes.
while we were trying to play
Wait a
rounders.
second.
That was genuinely one of the best things.
And we
'cause
were
they
like,
made us
where
go-
have you been? Because he hadn't officially been resigned then. So he kind of looked really like,
Uh-oh.
oh shit. Oh, I'm on the beach. I'm not supposed to be here. Whoopsie.
I'm supposed to be 50 yards.
No, I remember that was one of the best things because they made us go laser. Oh, the winner was
They
laser. They made us.
It does go laser tag.
One of the
It was outdoor laser tag,
It was
wasn't
outdoor
it?
laser tag, which was the most fun I've ever had.
I don't remember you being there,
That
to be
was-
fair.
I won for PE.
I won for PE as well. I think I did like best in netball because
I did best in shot put. I did best in shot put for best in
I
PE.
did netball because I'm quite tall. So all I had to do was just kind of roll the ball in the net, and then there we go. So I was always either put on goal shoot or goal keep, or like goal defense.
Oh my god!
And I'd always be real,
Okay.
like, and
I have
then
one story, sorry.
I think I know what you're going to talk about as well.
You don't.
I don't know why, but I ended up becoming a part of a basketball club, even though I am literally the shortest person in our year. And apparently I was somehow one of the best people at it, because apparently people don't know how to
You know,
dribble a ball.
You're weirdly agile for.
You are.
Hang on, I've got to be careful.
Okay, by the way,
Hang on.
may I just say, you know, when there was the agility tests or whatever you might have done in PE, right, where you had to run up and down, zigzag through some codes. Somehow I was one of the fastest in that.
Yeah.
I don't know
That doesn't
how.
surprise
If
me.
I was to create a
Full
rating
centre of maths, I
system
guess.
These are eyebrows.
of fat to agility, you have the most efficient fat to agility ratio. The thing is, you can't deny that. You know it's true.
No.
It is.
Oh.
You can walk up my hill, or walk up the hill I live up in one go. I have to take 4 breaks.
He does.
God.
That proof was witness.
Oh
he
yeah,
does.
it's like I genuinely like when I was walking up, right? We were trying to go to the top or whatever. We just had to sit there for 4 minutes waiting for him.
Yeah.
It's like he was 2 meters from his house. He was like, "Oh, can't carry on."
No, I've got 2 great stories. I remember during playing PE, this was after the school got bought out, so it was the new PE teachers, but I remember playing. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. I remember playing PE, it was basketball, and we just did the warm up, and I was breathing like very heavily. It was a cold day, and the PE teacher was like, "Okay, could you just go to the side for a minute and take a breather?" At which point the new head teacher came out and said, "Charlie, are you okay? Do you have asthma?" I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure I'm okay. I'm just breathing." And then I remember the second, I don't know if this was the same day actually, it could have been, but I remember we were doing basketball training and I was partnered with Alfie and one of the things we had to do was like dribble the ball around them, and I was like, Alfie, watch this. Alfie, watch this, and my aim was to bounce the basketball under his legs and
Oh no!
Oh no!
around him. So I bounced it and it hit him square in the stomach.
God.
Oh, okay.
I hit it as hard as I can as well. I was like, I'm gonna do this super fast. Hit it. So I was like,
Oh, okay. I need to go a short distance. Let me whack it as hard as I can.
It's like, it's about the first thing you learn in basketball that maybe don't bounce it as hard as you can because you lose control of the ball.
Yeah.
it was fun.
So, slightly off topic and not to distract away, but there's some gaming related news that could be relevant for the podcast.
Oh god.
This has just happened. A game website in Germany has leaked, has its Overwatch 2 entry come up for pre-order at €70. That would be a pre-order of £60.
What the
There's
fuck?
no new art whatsoever, and the release date and stuff is still showing as like unknown. So that's probably not because
Yeah.
the game is coming out soon. It's just an accident.
Yeah.
And my guess is that the pre-order price of £60 would probably be like a special edition that would include. 'cause
Yeah.
I think Blizzard has
I
more
hope so.
credibility than to charge that.
I also it might just be their default pre-order price for new games or quote unquote new games
Possibly.
or something that they've just
Yeah, there are
added.
numerous-
Something
And then,
else.
again,
Oh.
in a complete jump on topic, a study has concluded
jumping.
that for the American electricity sector, it would not only be good for the environment for them to transition to a 90% clean grid by 2035, but it would actually be cheaper than expanding in the fossil fuel and burnables industry for the rate at which the electricity market is demand is expected to grow. So that's good for America. And then on an entirely another
Oh
topic,
my.
you know the concept of
New
memes
segment.
being enforced
Copyrighted.
into reality?
Oh no.
Right. Yeah.
Have any of you seen the Femboy Hooters meme?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the Femboy Hooters meme, there's now a crowdfunding campaign on GoFundMe, and this is completely genuine, to build a Femboy Hooters in Europe.
Yo.
Europe.
Operate an actual Femboy Hooters thing. It's going to be in Brighton or Amsterdam.
Brighton?
If
Bit of a
this opens up,
difference.
if this opens up, can we do a podcast in Femboy Hooters Europe?
Yes, we certainly can.
Okay,
Oh
good.
no.
I just wanted
Okay,
to
you
say
need
as
to get a
well,
uniform.
don't do that.
Fuck off.
I just wanted to say this is gaming news. Is anybody going to be watching? I know nobody gets actually probably nobody cares, but I will be. I'll probably be streaming it as well. The PlayStation 5 reveal on Thursday, or what's most likely to believe to be the PlayStation. I'm interested just to see if they've got any new games to reveal.
I mean, I just won't watch it because I'll just see what shit comes out afterwards.
I mean,
but-
actually, I'm kind of interested
I
to see what the
also don't
PlayStation
care
5
for
looks like.
PlayStation.
Have you
Well, I
seen
don't
what?
care for either of the consoles.
Have you seen what the new
Switch Master
RTX
Race.
3000 series are meant to look like? The
I've
rumored look
seen
of
the
it.
headlines, but I didn't actually.
It looks awful in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw a headline like, "We really hope this isn't."
Every
what they
time.
look like," so
Yeah.
Presumably, it's not going to be.
It doesn't look too good. Yeah, I don't know how to
I'm having a
describe it.
look now. It's honestly not as bad as like I was expecting. And I think I'll be honest with you.
Oh, that's just
I
reference
don't
cards
really
as well.
care about how like if I had an option, sure, of a graphics card that looked nicer and one that didn't for the same price and performance, obviously I'd go for the one that looks nicer. But most of the time, I'm just going to go for performance to price.
Yeah,
Like I'm not that bothered by.
people know here that I'm definitely not like that.
Corporal, are you okay?
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
I just popped wrist 3 times.
Hell yeah.
That sounds like some
Oh, man.
self-harm method.
Yeah, it's normal.
Jesus. Okay. Well. Okay.
Shows how
Wow.
much I know. Then.
So actually, I know what we want to talk about, but I
what?
don't think he wants to.
Okay.
Have you got any updates, Ash, on your stream?
Maybe later. Depends on how suicidal I am.
Well, you've got a new image here. This is a beautiful bit of work.
Oh yeah, shit! I need to upload that to Twitch.
It's so
And
cute.
you've also got some beautiful overlays done by a beautiful artist.
Yeah, I paid him 20 quid. He's called Tactical TV.
Wait, Charles did them.
If you don't know,
Yeah,
I can
Charles
twist my
did
arms
my
reach
new
and
overlay.
stuff.
Plagiarized on someone else's copyrighted work, yeah.
Oh no, actually,
Technically
That's
speaking,
cool.
let's
That's
just put it this way: that copyrighted work I made
I'll be word for the
with stuff that isn't that's Creative Commons that I could use.
Right.
I mean, you're trying to defend yourself over something you don't need to defend yourself. on.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, you're coming across worse, to be honest.
Like, I know the full picture. Trust me, it's completely legal.
Yes,
So,
you've
Game
seen them.
Control to do with.
Oh, can we also?
we even had to find fonts which could be used for personal and commercial use.
Oh my god, yeah, it took us half an hour to look for
That
fonts.
was the longest time.
Can we also
Like,
mention?
more than making the screens, it was finding fonts.
Can I just also mention one? He couldn't get over the fact that I was using an editing software to edit images, a video editing software, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God.
There we go.
Also,
Not just a video editing software.
and it was a graphics. I'm using
I mean,
graphics.
technically using a VFX software to make the images.
True.
but, you know.
Yeah.
But can we also say that I really, really wish at the time I streamed Ash trying to use OBS because that was some of the most fun I've seen. It really didn't.
Oh, actually, I need to still add my stream alerts because they're not in there yet. Give me a minute.
No.
His
by the
naming
way.
conventions are beyond me.
I do that to just annoy literally everyone.
Okay.
I regret being friends with Caden.
Everyone regrets being friends with me.
I love being
I thought
friends
we
with
could call
you.
us Friends. Friends don't try and stab each other, you know?
Oh, yeah, stop bringing this up.
No. It requires a mention at least once a podcast.
Oh my God, Phelan.
Yes, press charges.
Remember when we went to Rome and our head teacher decided to sit on the table?
Oh, this has been spoke about.
Straight through.
And then he blamed them for
Then he
it.
blamed, yeah.
I wasn't even
God,
there.
poor guy.
It's because I already
And then
told you
he
this
robbed
story.
the school and
I was
ran.
literally about
Oh
to say
yeah,
that.
poor guy who stole 3 million quid from the school.
Okay,
The
that's a
poor guy.
rumoured number. I've heard a couple, like, tens of thousands.
yeah, I
To be
thought
fair,
it was
it
tens of thousands.
already confirmed where we are or schools or anything.
Yeah, you just Google head teachers steals 3 million quid. There we go.
I don't think that's
Oh
even a
my
headline,
God.
so.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's a headline in some way, shape, or form, like head teacher steals or head teacher runs away. But yeah, I remember I was coming down from
I'm
the
gonna say
hotel
something for a
room.
minute.
I remember coming down from the hotel room with my sister because she came to pick me up because I was in a singular room. Everybody else was in partners. I don't know who you were with, Delicious, but
Lucky.
I know I was in my own room. But it was really sad because nobody wanted to talk to me. Like no one came to my room in the evenings. No, like my sister didn't even want to.
each other's rooms in the evening. We just had a
Yeah,
really
wait,
angry
what?
Italian guy shouting at us. That's all we got.
That's
That,
amazing.
really? Because on
I
my
had to share a room with
Anderson
fucking
even went
Phelan.
and had a go at him.
John.
yeah, I got my own room. But anyway, I remember walking down the stairs. And it was really quiet, and we couldn't take the elevator because the Italian man was having a go at us for using it. But I remember we were walking down the stairs, and it was really quiet, and all you could hear was like two people, and I could make out it was our head teacher, as well as I'm guessing it was like the manager or like the guy at reception or something. But it was definitely Italian. And then me and Daz walked around the corner first, and she just kind of went, like, "What do you mean?" Like, shh. And she was like, just. And I remember we walked out, and I kind of like saw there was this broken table with like a vase on the floor, and I remember everybody was sat on the chairs going.
Fucking a certain teacher telling us not to laugh was laughing herself. As
Yeah.
Well. I can't blame her.
I remember sitting next to one of my friends, and she'd like, I was like, what happened, man? Like, what just happened? And she went, he fell through the table.
I think one of my favourite things I researched about our school was.
He was really angry about that afterwards as well. He kept saying, if I had hot coffee on me and it spilt on me, I would have been burnt. And we were like, fucking do it. Anyway, carry on.
You've been sitting on a table.
That had a
He even,
sign on
he even
it.
had a sign on it saying, please do not sit on me, or like, please do not sit on the table.
Okay, I don't remember the sign.
No, I think one of my favourite things I've researched about our school was, keep in mind, our year there was 13 of us, roughly.
There were so many in my year.
There was 13 of us in our year, and the average GCSE score was a D.
In my year, there was like
GCSEs
18 of us, and only 4 people made that 5 GCSEs.
Yeah.
I don't know my
What's
year
the
because
numbers?
we all got split up and we all got like shared out like Smarties and stuff.
I've still got the of Mice and Men book from. I found that the other day. I've
You
also
still got it. We never once took them home.
I don't know why I've got it.
Hang on.
I've also got a Latin book.
There is some blatant theft.
Oh,
I also found my calculator, which Jaren wrote meme on the inside of the lid.
Fuck.
So
You'll have to bring that up.
yeah, you should also play Satisfactory sometime. Yes, I've got it. I know Agent Oink does, and Delicious and Ash does. So
Satisfactory is one of those horrible games.
Damn,
which
wouldn't
I
it
feel
be
like
cool
you
if
could
I had
never
it
play with
too?
other people.
wait, do you have it?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah, you do.
yeah, I have it.
Don't worry, Ethan. He only cares about the host.
Forget Minecraft.
oh, Delicious and
Satisfactory mess.
Ash did Delicious. I know you went to France because you went to Disneyland Paris with me. But Ash, did you go to Disneyland Paris?
Oh yeah, I went to France.
Oh
It
yeah.
was a fucking horrible ass adventure.
Oh,
Oh, trust me, it can't have been as bad as our Fort Park adventure. Alfie
But-
will defend me on that.
but Delicious. Do you remember when we got trapped in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and we were literally 3 minutes late from that meetup to go to Planet Hollywood? And remember when Mr. McKeog was having a go at us because we were 3 minutes late? Why are you laughing?
The fact that you said it and then went, Eog.
That's the only way I can say his name without it being obvious. Mr. McKeog.
Yeah.
It sounds
yeah.
like- it sounds like
We
someone-
got Rickroll.
it sounds like someone you would find at a kiosk.
Mr. McKeog at the kiosk.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you did get rickrolled, and
But-
fucking Alfie rickrolled the whole school once.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, that was
I
that
thought
was,
it was near Christmas and we were
that
supposed to
was
be doing
just
that like.
before a certain someone put Anaconda on the fucking
yeah.
projector.
Stop! You're ruining your makeup.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That fucking just drives me mad, man.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Do you guys remember when we had to do like sing along thing? We all sat there in like the new building, and they had like the projection on the screen, and we were doing like a karaoke thing. Do you not remember that?
Oh, I have a story for you guys.
Because somebody started singing "Let It Go."
Oh, it's
We all
just a
sort of
short
sat there
story.
like, oh, not again.
Oh no, what's really funny? Toby sung a meme song, right?
Yeah.
Of like a shitty love song, and he was like faking it, directing it to me. The girl next to me thought he was singing it to her, which was actually really funny.
Actually, no, my
It's
favourite
like,
thing I
oh, there's
remember.
my baby. Oh,
One of the
there's that
favourite
little
things I
few.
remember Kobe doing was when we were in the old building. We had a TARDIS for a play, a prop TARDIS, and
Mr. Zebra.
every day at the end of the day we would always have a
Oh,
end of the
Mr.
day
Zebra.
sort of. We would
Oh, that
always
was
have
horrible. He wouldn't let us leave until he got the bloody assembly over and we had to do prayers.
at the end of the day. Yeah, we would always have an end of the day
Prayer. Assembly.
prayer or meeting sort of thing.
Talk about today's.
Yeah, and Kobe got in the TARDIS at the end. Just before the head teacher got out, he started talking to us, and Kobe kept rocking it every now and then, which kept setting people off because people knew who was in there. And then I think one of the teachers told him off. I found that quite fun. But I also remember.
Toby was a dumbass.
He was.
I
but-
remember I turned to my friend and said, I literally walked in the hall and I just went, hello, just as a greeting because they were in another group. And then I remember Mr. Anson getting me in my face going, do you want to take this assembly? Do you want to take
I was
over?
going
And
to
I
say,
was
are we saying his
all I
name?
said
But I
was
don't think
hello.
it really matters because he's a dickhead.
oh yeah, no, he's an
Um,
asshole. So
But I remember your mum was
he was
telling
in
me.
my face. I
your
hated
mum-
it.
your
Mum
mum-
was about to throw fists.
Your mum has still got to tell me one of the best stories of all time, but I'll tell you guys that in a minute. Or the rumor, the starting of it that she hasn't told yet. But what she told me a story at Christmas. You remember when I think it was the second to last Christmas we had? They had a huge table going along where the canteen was,
Mm-hmm.
and she was telling us about how our favourite RE teacher has a majestic beard.
Didn't he colour it?
Yeah, I think he coloured it green and
Yeah.
put
Right.
baubles in it, all red, yeah. But she was telling me how he asked the dinner ladies, oh, do you want help cleaning up? And they're like, yeah. And he was like, do you have a broom somewhere? What? A broom? Oh, yeah, his broom's over there. So he went over and got the broom, came over. He literally just stood on the table and just started brooming all the shit off the table.
I remember that. Oh my god, yeah.
But no, yeah, your mum was telling me about how apparently one night, our Latin teacher, who we all love and know,
And my godfather, please don't
and
speak bad.
some other people they all went out and apparently got really drunk.
They did.
I couldn't imagine
That was a Christmas
our age teacher
meeting.
getting drunk. Honestly.
Yeah, no.
But-
Apparently, they started getting on they got on the table, and they started like singing and dancing and were throwing because they went to like this pizza place, and they
Okay.
started like throwing pizzas at each other on the table while they're dancing. And then
We had
apparently,
wild teachers.
apparently the English teachers were trying to bring them down, as well as our maths teacher, and they were just having none of
I
it.
felt really sorry for this teacher, but let's not get into that.
Oh, which teacher? Maths teacher?
Miss. I'm not going to say her name, but there was only one Mrs.
Oh
'cause
yeah.
we had two maths teachers.
Oh, I hate, like, I didn't hate the lessons because of her. I hated the lessons purely because of how my class treated her.
Let's not get into it.
yeah.
I did say let's not get into it.
Yeah, but I
So-
just, yeah.
Anybody got anything you want to talk about now, recently? Or do you want to keep reminiscing on school?
Did you know that 39% of Americans either wash their food with bleach or applied bleach/other household cleaning and disinfectant products to their skin,
Please
and
tell me you're
intentionally
telling me.
inhaled or ingested these products with the intention of stopping the spread of the coronavirus?
Yeah, I can actually imagine that as being true because
Why?
And,
of...
and before you like be like, no, I don't believe that. That's not me like asking as that's just a fact. That
Yeah, I
Central
know,
for Disease
that's-
Control and Prevention, and out. That's just a fact. That's the rate of Americans that did that. Help, please. Can we
That's-
help America?
yeah, that's-
America needs some
It's-
help.
Is the song "This Is America" by Childish Gambino very applicable here?
This is America.
No.
My favorite part's where he holds up a
gun.
disinfectant spray and sprays it on someone's head.
Someone needs to edit that.
This is
now.
America.
Oh, honestly, that is mad what's going on now. And then you got all the stuff going on in England, the protests, and the one in our local
I
area
guess-
was so cringe. Honestly, I don't know if anybody.
Oh, there
saw
was
it.
one down in the
Don't
other...
say it.
Oh, no, in
Um,
another area. Like, there was 3, I think, and
Oh yeah.
there was one in another area, and it's classic to where we are, of where we live, and they
They were
started a
efficient.
fight because apparently they were both wearing the same clothes,
Oh.
and they got mad about it, and they started fighting with each other, and apparently someone was just watching from a canopy, just like, stickers, just watching them.
Can't
Yeah.
believe that someone else would have also shopped at Primark.
Oh my god.
I remember saying Primark to like there was a comedian at a holiday home. We were at a holiday park, and there was a comedian. He was doing absolutely horrific because he was trying to say adult jokes, but to a kid
It's
friendly.
a kids' holiday
Yeah.
place.
And they were trying to. He was trying to be adult.
Oh wait, was that
like
when you came
adult
with
jokes to
me?
kid friendlies. Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of the funniest things to come out of that comedian's act was he asked, "Where do you buy fashionable, expensive clothes?" At which point I just shouted out from across the room, "Primark."
I
And a lot
remember
of people found that quite funny. So, I'm a comedian.
because he was at the back of the clubhouse, and he was at the back of the clubhouse, and we were just minding our own business, and then he asks the question, and then you suddenly just go Primark, and it's just like carries on drinking.
I'm a I'm a comedy man.
He found that really funny. Didn't he come up after you or something
No.
saying?
I wish he did. I would have got his
No.
autograph.
Oh no, it was someone else. I think that yeah. But
They had a
anyway.
Queen. Oh my god, there was a there was a Queen act, and he kept walking off stage and following people who just didn't give two shits
Yep.
as they went off to the arcade, and he would
'Cause
follow them and
it's
just
like
start looking at their ass and like trying to slap them.
Yeah.
I was like, this
It
man
was like a
is
stage,
risking
and then it was kind of like a dance floor. But the only way to get out other than go through the back, like the garden bit where all the beer garden is and stuff, you could go this other way. But the problem is, it's very prominent when you're on the stage, and you can see people walking by, and some of them go on the dance floor just like because they can't get around. They'll go across the dance floor just to get out, and you've got the area to get out of the main reception area. Or go to the arcade, which is what we would do. And every single time someone walked in, because like normally it was like a child who'd run in, and like the amount of like children we had that would just run in it, like run everywhere. Like we don't know what the parents had given them, but they'd run everywhere. And at one point, he kind of just like stared them down, and they kind of like, just sat back in their seats. And we're like, oh, okay.
Anyway, that's enough about us. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
If I'm talking too much, just say shut up, okay?
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
shut
that.
up, God.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
Oh god.
God, maybe I think Ethan should have a chance to
You know what? Let's let Ethan talk about what's it called? Is it Mind Dwarf or Dwarf Knight or whatever it's called?
Alright, just because you said that, I want to talk about someone else. Fuck, I don't know what else.
Shortman Tower, by the way.
Actually,
Shortman
while
Tower.
we're here, I will say everybody go and get the itch.io bundle.
It's
fucking
Halfling
amazing.
Halfling Castle, bro. What are you talking about?
No, I can't thank both Alfie and Ash here for recommending it to me or like talking about it, because I bought it without actually looking at any of the games, but just going through it because there's so many of them, you just find so many wonderful gems on there. Like I don't know if you guys have actually downloaded many of the games on there, but I've got some good ones I highly recommend.
I like how Charlie said that you wanted me to talk and I didn't think
Yeah, no, carry on. I just wanted to shout out a great bundle for a great
He's
cause.
just shutting you down.
Carry on.
you know, I've been playing X2, The Threat. She's fun. Fun
Nice,
space game. Recommend.
nice.
It's like Elite Dangerous but better. And I haven't played Elite Dangerous.
Okay.
That's it. That's my sense. I'm gonna hide back again. You guys can keep talking about school or whatever the fuck.
Oh, have you guys downloaded? This is random, but have you guys downloaded that photography game based in New Zealand on the bundle?
No, there's a photography game based around New Zealand.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
there
like
300 games?
What are you?
There's 700 games, thank you very much.
Games.
there's
Tell them
25
that one
pages.
photography one.
Do you like walk around photographing Jacinda Ardern or something like?
Literally, it's just a
Yeah.
game. Like it's a photorealistic game based in a small little bit of woods in New Zealand.
I mean, you couldn't have made that better by saying literally, but yeah.
I
Cool,
just
okay.
recommend it. It's beautiful. There are some good games on there. Like Starpoint is one I highly recommend.
Is Dwarf Fortress on there?
Unfortunately not. That's it. Dwarf Fortress.
God, I thought
Oh
you
my
said
god, I
that.
love you.
Oh, I
actually,
thought you'd
some-
forgotten about it.
Something I didn't notice was it's not all games on there. There's stuff for like Game Maker and gaming assets.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
It's
they
quite
let
a good
anything on there. It's just like one of the tabletop RPGs, which I really enjoyed, Lancer. They put their core PDF on there as well.
And it's a really good bundle. So for a minimum of $5, I highly recommend anybody get it. Mentioned it's for an amazing cause. Get 700 odd games, so it's just loads of wonderful gems on there. Fucking what was the game we were playing the other day? Overland. Is it Overland?
I ain't saying anything right now.
Tell him.
Overland, I
Dragon
think it was.
Queen.
That was a great game because we ended up killing Ash a few times and Corporal once.
Yeah, you guys fucking hated me.
Overworld, that was it. Overworld.
Only then.
So, yeah, because
Yeah,
we tried
yeah, I
getting a
think.
lot further, but it got harder, and we wanted to try and get more people into it. I really wanted Sloan Witch because if you were to type in text, it would sometimes have it as the character's speech, and I was just hoping you would say something funny.
Oh.
Damn, that's all you want me for. My fucking comedic genius. Sorry, don't even want to just hang out. What the fuck?
Only reason you're here is for your comedic genius.
Oh, and Cass also convinced me to get Desktop Goose.
Oh man, I opened so many of those at one point, and even on my CPU, it eventually got too much. But it was so.
Oh yeah, doesn't it start like taking up to like 20% of your CPU for some reason?
Yeah, he's definitely optimized it since he released it. But it's...
one of the goose just take one of your CPU.
We just take a whole core.
That's pretty beast, my dude. Yeah, no, I highly recommend the bundle. Great games, great cause. So,
Yeah, that's good.
and Humble Bundle's new bundle's not bad.
Humble Bundle has a bundle.
They always have a bundle. The Humble
No.
Bundle.
What's their new
Oh.
bundle? Let's have a look at this.
I'm checking because it's been so long since I went to Humble Bundle that it won't even auto.
What, plug in digital games?
I meant their choice, but yeah.
Oh, Humble Choice. Okay, that's a bit different.
Which I'm not a
Humble
big fan. I
Choice is a
don't
bit
like
different.
their new Humble Choice. But
I
the new
personally
one-
like it because I'm a Humble Legacy person, so I get
Oh.
the same price but better games.
Hmm.
Didn't you get it for like a year, Phelan? At one point for Christmas, maybe or your
Oh,
birthday?
Yeah, Christmas for a
God.
birthday.
Yeah.
I can get Backup Pro 14, Uninstaller 9, Snap 11, Win Optimizer 18, PDF Pro 2, Photo Optimizer 7, Soundstage Pro, Video Optimizer Pro, Cinemagraph, Photo Commander 16, Burning Studio, and Driver Updater for £16.50 or more.
Nice.
What?
Fuck yeah, bro. Can't wait to update some drivers.
I wish there was just a download all button so I could just get all of these things.
Yeah.
I wish
straight into the
but
folder.
I really want the itch.io thing to add all, or have a button to add all the games to my library, because I'm not
Yeah.
scrolling through every single
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather scroll through it through my
I wouldn't
library.
even mind. It's the pages that annoy me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
There's a search
exactly what's
function,
doing it
yeah.
for me now.
Because I don't want to, like, let's say I want a specific game. I don't want to Control F, type the game in, then press the next button 25 times trying to find it.
I've only got
And
to,
realizing
I've also
it's not
never-
there.
If I had any level of effort, I'd just write a script to do it, but I don't have any level of effort.
I will say now, I've only got to page 15, so I don't know what the last 10 pages are like, but I did notice that it kind of gets, like, I don't know what on the last pages, but it looks like it just goes down in quality as you get to the later pages, but I don't know if it's just
Well, obviously, they're going to
random.
put the better quality games up front.
Yeah. But it looks like it just goes RPG or text-based games from about 15 onwards. So, what's going on here?
She get removed.
God damn it.
God, I fucking hate this bot, bro.
That was given a rating of adult by the bot.
What?
Somehow.
In a kid's mouth.
Oh, maybe it looks a bit bad.
I'm
Okay,
glad it
I'm
was
going to
removed.
give you exactly the picture that I
I
said.
saw it. I can. It gives me the link. It's still. I know what it is.
So why did it delete it?
Because it's AI scanned it and thought it was porn.
But it isn't. It's just a new
Anyway.
cow.
I can change the AI, can I?
Anyway.
AI sucks.
I'm smart as some bro.
Praise.
Anyway, I think we should call it an end here. It's been 2 hours. Had some amazing talks, in my opinion, and had fun. Someone posting porn to fuck? No, he.
Corporal, it's...
It was just the bot caught it. But no, I think we should call it a day here. Thank you so much, everybody. Anybody want to promote stuff? Say anything as we end?
I just wanted to say not that it matters to like any of you, let alone anyone watching, but I'm glad to finally be done with. Well, I'm done submitting things for uni. Now I'm just waiting on
Whoa!
that.
Ow, my hand.
Thank you.
Well done.
Just remember, guys,
That was
suicide
enthusiastic.
is illegal.
What?
Only if you get caught, though. So do it in private.
I don't have a clue
Sure,
what you
okay.
just said, so.
I would, as always, like to just remind everyone that there's a lot of shit going on in the world. To do what you can to educate yourself on Black Lives Matter and the reason that it's been such a big thing. And
You can
also,
do
I
that
would like to
with-
specifically call out Reiwa Shinsenegumi, who is a Japanese politician who supports UBI, and I'm not shouting him out because he supports UBI, but it's because that his campaign poster has the text "Print fat stacks of money, hand that shit out to everyone" on it, and I think he just needs a bit of appreciation for that sort of campaign style. That's me done. Oh, you're
Yeah,
on
I can get
youtube.com/delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else?
I would like to shout out my own personal agenda, which contradicts anything going on in the world, of turn everyone into robots. And that's it.
Yeah,
Vote me for mayor.
Nice.
There we go.
The only racism you can have when you're robots is like different makes or something, so, you know, don't be poor.
And
God, can you imagine the Linux
that's-
community though?
That's brandism as
Oh,
well, so.
Oh,
Why'd you say that, Alfie? You
Anyway,
ruined it for me.
I would like to shout out Delicious2, /Delicious. Go and check out his 200 plus subscriber number, as well as his 200 special. You could win a giveaway of. You could win. What is it? Kerbal Space Program. What have you done now?
Fuck's sake.
You post another image.
Oh, good damn
He got
it.
flagged for porn
And
again.
it immediately got
And,
deleted.
It's definitely questionable, but it wasn't porn.
and I would like to shout out our
I see why the AI detected it as it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to shout out our wonderful
You can send
friend
it to me.
Weekend Geek.
Alright.
Go and check out his animations as well as Ash
yeah,
and
you
Agent
do.
Oink on Twitch. Ash should be streaming soon, so you get to see artwork as well as Agent Oink. As always, have a wonderful time. Thank you all so much for being here, as well as thank you to everybody on the podcast. It's been amazing, and hopefully we'll be doing this again next week. Maybe with some more people, maybe not. So yeah, thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next. Oh,
Hello.
fuck! Did you?